Welcome to episode 10. We're in the double digits now. Stardust and Sweatpants. Um, Today we're talking about sacred relationships and love languages. And let me make sure that we're on real quick. Go in here. I'm not showing us as being on right now.
And sometimes it takes a second to like kickstart. But the plus side is when this video plays back, we will already be
Talking.
So
But yes, I know that last week's we did about relationships and everything. And this week's is a little bit more detailed on that, especially when we get into love languages. And then we are going to be doing some readings.
yes.
Jordan, are you going to be doing psychic cards, medium?
Oh, I didn't bring any tools. It's just me, baby.
Just you, baby? Okay, I have my regular decks, and then I have some spicy decks, and then I also have some sexual healing decks. So stay tuned for that. Things are going to get a little bit naughty, just a smidge.
See, but we love that though. And it's perfect because it's almost Valentine's Day. So why not bring in the sexy, spicy naughtiness with the love?
And like right now, Venus is in Aquarius, so everybody's like a little mentally spicy. Maybe not physically, but mentally spicy right now.
Well, that explains why I feel the way I do, because my Aquarius is my moon, and that's my emotions. And my emotions are like, we don't exist right now.
Mars is also partaking in its visitation to Aquarius. And so if people out here are lacking tolerance and are on their last nerve, you can blame what's going on in Aquarius.
All right, I'm blaming her then, because today was a nerve day for sure.
I mean, it's one of those things where it's overly mentally stimulated. And also, if people aren't sleeping, you can also blame Aquarius.
Yeah, and it's like the weird dream thing for me. I'm having like psychotically weird dreams where I'm like, there's no way that this got programmed into me. I didn't watch a show about this. I didn't see anything about this. There's nothing going on about this. I can't make it make sense. And it's just like the most bizarre stuff.
That is going to be Mercury and Pisces. But also, like, when you have. Pisces is the subconscious.
Mm-hmm.
And all air signs are thought processes. Aquarius thought processes are rough, though, because they cover so much and it's so alien.
Mm.
And it's such rebellion, and having Venus and Mars in there is a huge stimulant. So if you're having very aggressive but aesthetically pleasing dreams right now, it's on brand for what's going on right now. If you're not sleeping, if you're too distracted to sleep, if you've broke all sleep patterns, that's Mars and Aquarius.
Yeah.
It's a rough situation that we just have to listen. February is rough, period. So we're just gonna do what we need to do to get through February.
That I love knowing those things too, because it makes people feel less crazy.
Yeah, if you feel fuzzy, if you feel easily distracted, if you cannot get your communication together, if people are talking to your face and you still don't understand what they're saying, Mercury in Pisces is a rough one. So you're not crazy. It's just how things are going to have to go right now.
That's literally why I was like, I know you said something to me and it feels like it was important. I'm going to put my phone down and I'm going to give you my undivided attention, because no words were said, but I could not tell you what you just said. So that makes sense too.
It's easy to get distracted, and it's easy to be overwhelmed by how things feel, to the point where it's hard to think about what just happened.
Yeah. I will second that as well. 100%.
So it's a lot. It's rough. But if we're going to talk about Venus and love languages, in astrology, Venus, Mars, the moon, and the fifth house are like the main things that I look at when I do love languages.
Mm.
So I don't even know. I don't even remember. What's your Venus again?
I'd have to look it up real quick. I have no idea.
I don't have your birth chart on hand.
I just had it pulled up.
I think it's
AstroSeek, right?
Virgo.
AstroSeek?
Yeah.
Let me
I'm
pull up my
pretty
chart real
sure
quick.
you have a Virgo Venus,
Where? Okay.
if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know how you remember this stuff. That's like actually incredible. I don't even remember my own chart. I'm like, she told me things. I have them recorded.
I don't have it all memorized, but I remember standout placements, and I'm pretty sure you have Venus and Virgo.
I'll tell you in 2 seconds.
Earth Venuses tend to be like, when it comes to their love languages, they want practical care. So like not big shows like, okay, this is great, but can I use it? They also tend to be acts of service, gift giving, and sometimes
Venus and
physical
Virgo.
touch, not always physical touch. But acts of service, definitely. Gift giving, definitely. But things have to be practical. Like, are you going to use it? Is it, something that you need? Is it something that completes a collection?
That's very true. I will learn people's like aesthetic, the things they like to collect, the things that they're really passionate about, if they need something for their health. It always has a meaning when I buy something for someone. Or sometimes it's just silly because it's like a memory we have together. But
there's
still,
also a nurturing quality to an Earth Venus. So if you know somebody deserves something, but they refuse to spend the money on themselves, you'll do it.
Absolutely. Every time.
So fire Venuses are definitely more, they like their partners to adore them, to like look at them like they hung the moon. They're also very passionate and energy, and they need a partner that has energy. It's like, don't get a golden retriever or a high energy dog unless you want to take them on walks. You have to walk your fire Venus or they'll tap out. Air Venuses, they require their partner to stimulate them intellectually, mentally. They have to have good conversations. Quality time is a big one for a Venus Aquarius, and also the big old communication. If you have nothing to talk with somebody about, an air Venus is out. And then you have the water Venuses, which are all about connection, nurturing, and intimacy. So we're looking at kind of like they low-key a little bit want their partners to be kind of smothering, not too much, because they require their social battery recharge. But a water Venus kind of wants definitely the words of affirmation, definitely the quality time, but they kind of want to be a little bit smothered by their partners. Kind of like wearing their partners like a weighted blanket.
It's so interesting when you talk about like all the different signs and things too, especially in like when you say, I'm like, that makes sense with tarot. That emotional need, that validation, that connection, that also makes sense with the cups and tarot and the cards that I know that are connected to waters. It's like, that's crazy how all that is like connected, you know?
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of like when I look at tarot cards, I have these tarot cards that have the zodiac symbol associations on them and how accurate, and then you have your cups, which are water and things like that, and how accurate that the whole suit of cups is toward the emotional and the nurturing and all of those things of water. Same thing with earth and pentacles and resources and money and things like that. Venus and Capricorn. So it's going to be, well, yours, Venus and Capricorn is also an earth sign like Virgo. So, you have the practical acts of service, gift giving, and sometimes touch, but it also has to be like thought behind it. Like, did this person spend time on it? And you'll spend time on things too. Like a patient construction of gifts. So, and then also like when a Venus Capricorn is very busy. So anytime that someone shows them quality time, they understand just how important time is to busy people. So they appreciate when people like just give up a chunk of their time to them.
Mm-hmm.
I would honestly say quality time over acts of service is probably for Venus Capricorn. So, but I did have some notes today. Relationships as mirrors and how self-realization rather than sources of completion. So when choosing your person, they mirror you. And I don't know about you, but I'm very much a huge proponent of you teach others how to treat you by showing them how you treat yourself.
Yep.
So if you do not treat yourself well, there is a chance that you're attracting a partner that doesn't treat you well.
And there's the counter to that too. So like if you don't treat yourself well, but you are with someone who's very secure in themselves and they treat themselves well, that can be a struggle for you too. Because then there's that need to like catch up or to be better or the feeling of inadequacy maybe because you have someone who is so confident in themselves and genuinely loves themselves and takes care of themselves, and then maybe you're the one in the relationship who's like dealing with some depression and maybe you aren't taking care of yourself the way that you're supposed to. But there's always some sort of balance that comes from a relationship like that too, because you're learning from them how to be more, I don't want to say put together, but more routine. Even you could even learn that from them, and that self-love component that you're learning in that relationship. And then they're learning things from you as well. Maybe they don't have to go so hard with that, or maybe they could take a break from their routine every once in a while and be a bit more spontaneous or something. So when I think of like sacred relationships and I compare those to like just any old relationship, the sacred connection to me is that ability to compromise and that ability to see yourself and your partner and to see how you could be better, to see how you could change, to see how a relationship could be so beneficial to you. And that also connects to that mirror aspect. It's not about being upset. It's not about being frustrated. It's not about, being the problem. It's about seeing that maybe there is an area for change, and knowing that you're with someone that you feel safe enough to explore that aspect of yourself, and maybe even have a verbal conversation about something you're not happy with about yourself, and having a very safe space to do that in. To me, that is what a sacred relationship is. And you can't have that in just every relationship that you have. And so many of us try in so many different relationships and are denied that sort of access to someone else, or it's weaponized and used against us or whatever. And then we stop allowing that growth and that part of ourselves to be shown to someone else. And we stop mirroring, and then we just become the sponge of whatever the person needs in a relationship or whatever we perceive their needs to be. And then we're only mirroring them, and we lose the, aspect of who we truly are.
To me, I like when it comes to like the mirror aspect of it, is that connections activate growth. So if you can look, it's like, so to me, if I was getting ready and I was looking in the mirror and I was like, oh shit, I forgot to grab my earrings. Well, then I would want my reflection to mirror back earrings with me, right? You put the earrings in, you look back in the mirror. So this is why like people are like, what do you think about Taurus on Taurus relationships, or Virgo on Virgo relationships, or Cancer on Cancer relationships? That's great, but more than likely you both have like, you're good at the same things and bad at the same things. So you have to, and now don't get me wrong, there's double sides to every zodiac sign.
Mm-hmm.
But spread it out. Get somebody different. I mean, I know water and earth make mud, but maybe the Cancer should date the Capricorn. You need to be grounded, and the Capricorn needs to like feel every now and again and learn to nurture. So I like the opposing sides. I think that the best partner you can choose is a partner that has things in themselves that you lack that you then learn from them.
Mhm.
Like, you know, my husband and I ain't never been grounded. And he can be so unbelievably calm. So I like that aspect about him. And he lets me be me, and I let him be him. But there are qualities about him that I don't have that I absolutely love in him. And like his work ethic is amazing. And I'm all over the place. And I could have 97 different hobbies in 1 month.
I feel like you're describing my marriage.
Well, I mean, a little bit. Mine's Virgo rising and yours is a Capricorn.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's definitely one of those things where like he teaches me, hang on, maybe don't you have enough hobbies? So it's that counterbalance. Now we're both Jupiter babies. He's a Pisces and I'm a Sagittarius, but that is Jupiter's expression in two extremely different ways. So sister signs, signs ruled by the same planet but different zodiac signs. So Gemini and Virgo, and Sagittarius and Pisces, and Aries and Aries and Scorpio. Never mind. We don't want Mars mixing with Mars. No way. Never mind. Not all sister signs are gonna do well unless somebody has a very, very strong moon or rising in that relationship. That could be very toxic. Um, probably very toxic. But you know, you have these things to where like don't go for somebody who's exactly like you if you don't like yourself.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because you'll
And
learn
like,
real
if you
quick
don't
you're the
like
problem.
yourself, pick somebody that adores you and also is comfortable in their own skin. So I've seen way too many relationships where it's just two very unsure, insecure people together. And it is always just like, are you cheating? Like, there's no trust, there's no growth, there's no development, there's nothing, just stagnation and fear.
Yeah, see, that's another big tell for me too. If someone is in a sacred relationship versus just a standard everyday, is this my soulmate type shit? Because the focus is on happiness in those standard relationships. And like, am I happy? Can I make them happy? Why are they not making me happy? Why are they not meeting my needs? Blah, blah, blah. But in a sacred relationship, the focus is on growth. What the
Yes.
unit is going to become, what the unit is going to do. It is them versus everything together, and there's no singularity in happiness either. So I see a lot of that, like what you're talking about too, with the whole like jealousy and like are they cheating and like not trusting each other. That's very standard for a relationship. There's nothing sacred about that. Now, can you be in a sacred relationship and be healing that aspect of yourself? Yes, but you got to be willing to roll with the punches. And if you can't be held accountable for the shit that you're bringing into a relationship, you are not ready for a sacred relationship. You are not ready for that level of growth, that level of pattern recognition and soul bearing and shadow work and honesty. Because truly, when you're in a sacred relationship, you are with your best fucking friend in the whole wide world. The first person you want to call when some shit hits the fan because you know it's safe with them. You know what I mean? My husband is the
Yeah.
first person I always call. Every time, doesn't matter what's going on.
So I don't call him at work because again, that work ethic.
Yeah.
But like I'm waiting at the door when he walks in and I'm like, babe. And also the drama. So he gets all of my good news and I'm like, you want to hear the tea?
Yeah, I literally
And
will text my husband the tea emoji at work and he'll be like, I'm going to call you in 10 minutes.
my husband won't admit it, but let me tell you what, he'll be like, oh my God, that's crazy, yada, yada, yada. Just play it off really cool. But then later, if we're around some of my friends and he's like, so Steph told me that so and so did so and so. And then he just starts spilling tea too. And I'm like, men, listen, I know women are like gossipy and whatever, and but men are sometimes worse
Oh yeah, my husband is a
than women
sucker for
are.
some good gossip.
Yeah. Like I said, he won't admit it, but he loves that. I
Mm-hmm.
know. And like he'll hear me on the phone when I'm talking to my girls, and he's just like,
Yep.
and then I'll like go to leave the room. He's like, don't go, don't go, don't go.
Put it on speaker.
Well, I usually talk on speakerphone,
Yeah.
so he'll hear my friends, and he's just he reacts very physically. Like I think he's watching TV, and he's sitting there, he roll his eyes, and he'll just start shaking his head. He's all up in the drama.
I love it. My husband's the same way.
And I'm like, yes, let's spill the tea together. Let's go for a drive and spill the tea together.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you. When
Mhm.
it comes to like everything that you do, can you get into somebody's chakras?
Yes.
Okay. So I want to run this by you because I looked this up, but I did not know that apparently the love languages correlate with chakras.
Hmm.
So obviously, if you have one blocked or blown wide open or whatever, it could be difficult to express
Okay, so
affection.
don't tell me anything else. I'm just going to read your chakras and you can tell me if I'm right. Based on this whole thing you're talking about,
Okay.
I will tell you that. So for me, I can see if they are missing, developed, but not functioning properly. If you have a backwards chakra. So to me, it kind of looks like gears that are supposed to be like working together to move energy. But if you have a chakra set and they're just going the same way, you're missing something. So you're just like out of alignment. Or I will just see a negative space where a chakra should have energy, you should be able to use it, but you're using another chakra so much, your body has learned to use that chakra to do something. I've seen someone's heart chakra be their root chakra before. They're using their heart chakra to ground their energy, and that's why they have so many heart problems. I've seen a lot of crazy stuff. So this will be fun.
So for words of affirmation, obviously the throat chakra.
Yeah, so I was going to tell you, throat chakra for you, it is completely there, but it's sluggish and stagnant, and they're not working together. The energy is not moving like this. It's like one of them is kind of ticking, and the other one is at a standstill. So for me, if I was looking at that and I was looking at it in a love language way, it would be like that. I really need to say that to them, but I need to find a nice way to say it, a loving way to say it, but also knowing that no matter how you say it, you're going to trigger them, but being able to hold the space to trigger them anyway, because you are a sacred space for a lot of people. And you carry that kind of weight and that nurturing motherly energy, but also you would want someone to tell you too, but you hold back so much.
Yeah.
And it makes
So
you
it's
even feel
like
sick.
the delivery as well as I'm very much a timing person.
Mm-hmm.
So like sometimes I sit on things because I'm like they can't handle that right now. Or like I'll know their charts and I'll be like, this is the day. So I just hold that space before I say those things. Also, like it's almost like I know when people are about to dump some bullshit on me.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but I'm not going to reach out and be like, hey, what's going on? I let them come to me because usually when I reach out, it's not fully formed yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I sit back and then when the phone rings, I'm like, here we go. It's time. I finally get to say the things that they need to hear exactly when they need to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
So quality time, heart chakra, presence and attunement.
Yeah, your heart chakra is beautiful. Your what is that? Third eye?
Third
This?
eye third eye is not on here. Well, I mean, there's 7 chakras and there's only 5 love languages. So,
Oh, got you. Yeah, here up, like here and here, you're completely open. And that's how you channel that for here. You're using up here for here, and you're staying out of the heart space for that because you can't be emotionally charged when you have these conversations. So you've learned to keep it here and use it here. So you're literally like channeling this like divine, and it's coming from a place of love because coming from your higher self, but there's no need to use the physical body for you when you do this and you're telling people things. So it's really unique how you do that. And then I typed them out: root chakra, throat chakra, and sacral chakra. Those are your 3. So the root chakra is not fully formed. You have one fully formed on one side. Let me stand behind you for a second. I got to close my eyes so I can see. On the left side of your body, you are fully formed. The gear is not moving. On the right side of your body, there's nothing there. Now, does that mean you can never have anything and you can't build and grow this? Absolutely not. You absolutely can. But there's something that was fundamental that happened that made you not feel safe, and it made you feel like I have to flee and I have to be ready to flee and I can't be weighted down by gravity to do that. That is why that did not form. You can do that in your adult life.
Physical touch is the root and the sacral chakra, and I'm not a physical touch person. So it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, like overly touchy people like make me so uncomfortable. I don't know how to do that. And like I am the most awkward hugger you've ever met. Ever. And it's funny because it's root chakra because I didn't grow up with physical touch. It like wasn't a thing.
So that could be the fundamental thing that was missing.
And so, you know, root and sacral makes sense. Acts of service, solar plexus, devotion through action.
Solar plexus is online for you. Sacral was the one that I was seeing the issue with.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, especially with the organs in my body that don't cooperate are very sacral as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then gifts is the crown and heart bridge. So.
Oh, that's interesting that that's called a crown and heart bridge because the way I was just describing that for you.
Yeah. So yeah, gifts, symbolism, intentions, and sacred exchange. So yeah, I did not know.
I didn't know that either.
Until I looked it up that the love languages and their expressions correlate with chakras and why some of them would be more difficult than others depending on blockages, which is right on the money for mine. Because if my root is trash and it's physical touch, I don't touch.
Yeah.
Like I'm aware of that. So like I was saying last episode, my husband is not very touchy feely, but he's still a water sign. He needs and especially a Pisces. Pisces live in this it's almost like a haze. It's like their own mental world, and it's very hard for them to get in their bodies and to be grounded. And although he doesn't require physical touch, it helps him. So I have to be like, oh, it's time. And then I'll just put my phone down and we'll get connected and I'll be like, no sexual affection and just jump in his lap.
Yeah.
So I'm aware that I don't do it enough and that some people could see that as a negative. So I sometimes force myself to do it.
But see, that's also a part of a sacred relationship. Doing things that are uncomfortable and being able to see your partner, value them and love them in their language, even when it is foreign to you.
And my husband and my kids, well, don't get me wrong. Sometimes, your kids are hanging on you and you're just like, you're done. You had a rough day. You're trying to do something. You literally have a knife in the kitchen and they're hanging on you. And you're just like, you got to get out of the kitchen. But my husband and my kids, fine. But even close relatives, my sister, my best friends, I've got this squishy little Taurus rising friend of mine with a Cancer moon, and she's very touch. And she and I'm like, bruh, I need my space. And I'll time her. I'm like, I'm giving you 2 minutes to get what you need from me. And then you get back on the other couch.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Hippie Love said, you are describing my hubby Pisces to a T.
Yeah, he just, when you have that Pisces quality, I mean, water flows, so their energy is constantly flowing and their subconscious is constantly flowing, and nothing is concrete, nothing is solid with a Pisces. So sometimes you literally just have to reach out and touch them. When my husband is very angry, which it's funny because the things that you would think piss people off, he's totally calm in. But then minor inconveniences will send him through the roof. So the second he accidentally drops an egg in the kitchen, I'm like, I gotta get up. I'm like off the couch And then he'll clean it up. He'll throw it aggressively in the garbage can. And then I come and like rub his shoulders. And I'm like, sorry, babe, we have 30 chickens. We'll
Right.
have more eggs. So like that physical touch really kind of helps to ground their energy. And then if you can channel your energy properly with them too, it helps them get grounded.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hippie Love said we're both Pisces, but we are also opposites.
yeah, so it really all depends on the moon sign and the rising. So my husband is a grounded Pisces because of his Virgo rising.
Mm.
Now, if you're like a water on water, that's like a Cancer rising or a Pisces who's a Pisces rising. Then we're our Scorpio. Ooh, it'd be really, really great at writing horror novels. But like a Scorpio rising that's a Pisces when we're water on water, then we're really, really, really getting into those Pisces traits, or Virgo, or like Jupiter in the first house or something like that. So there's a lot of different ways that Pisces can express itself, but it's always in that like ungrounded, ebb and flow kind of vibe. So are those comments on YouTube? Yes.
Yes, which is so exciting. So happy she's following over there.
Hippie Love, stick around because we're going to be doing readings too.
We're going to do them shortly, I think.
Yes. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that because I mean, I obviously know about the chakras and things like that, but I remember you in some of your lives talking about seeing it, and I was like, I wonder if this correlates love language wise with what Jordan sees.
See, that's cool. And I still want to do that live with you where I just channel someone's love language and you tell me why in the chart.
Yeah.
I want to do that. I'm like, I can't stop thinking about it. And I know when I get a feeling like that, I have to do it. That's how the feeling I got about the podcast, man. I was like, this is happening. I'm going to make this happen. And then found the literal perfect people to do the podcast with. You guys were gifted to me and I love it so much.
Yeah, it's very interesting because like I'll hear like other people on TikTok or whatever talking about this is the energy that I'm feeling or whatever, because they're like Reiki people or whatever, and I'm like, that's because this planet is this, and that's because this planet is that. So you channel somebody's love language, especially if you're looking into their chakras. I could probably even tell you from their chart why they might have consistent issues with certain chakras.
Oh, that would be so fun. We
like
need
a
to put
poorly
something
placed
together where
moon
people can both
sign
double
would
reading.
have a really rough time with their heart space.
Yeah.
If they had an aggressive planet and say Cancer, they might have issues with confidence because, you know, Cancer rules the stomach and solar plexus. So like I might come out that way too. And I don't want to talk about it before, and I just want to get on the live and just see if it works.
Right. But something else I would be super curious to see too is people are always a theme. I would say always. A theme that I notice a lot is people come to me and they get a reading and they're like, why can't they just love me the way that I love them? You did it on purpose. You purposely chose someone who doesn't love in your love language because you don't like to be loved that way, but you think in some version of reality, fantasy really, that you want to be loved like that. But if you were in a relationship and every morning you woke up and they had your slippers next to the bed and your coffee was already made the exact way you like it and your keys and everything was ready for you at the door, you would feel like there's some level of manipulation to that. And people hate hearing that shit. They hate it. And they're like, well, does that mean my partner thinks I'm a manipulator? No, they fucking love being loved like that. You have a problem with being loved like that, but you think that's what you want because that's how you love. It's not. The love you give isn't always the exact same love you want back. You want different. You don't want to be able to predict what the fuck they're going to do because it's your love language, you know?
I also feel like some people, when they do that, they're purposely choosing a partner that will make them struggle so they don't get in too deep because they're worried about tipping over the edge.
But see, I would love to do a reading, a combo reading too, where I can see it from a psychic standpoint and see where that started in their life and what's going on with that. And then have you come in with the powerhouse too with astrology that can back that up. Because there's just something to be said. And I tell Sevon this too. There's something to be said about like how I just know things, but then being able to see it on paper. Tarot cards, you see it's written, it's in your face. You can't deny it. Yeah. I'm just like, it came from somewhere and I have the wisdom now. You know what I mean?
this is why I don't think I'll ever be able to give up my things.
Mhm.
Okay? Because I sometimes think, maybe I should push it, because at some point I'm not reading the cards and I'm not reading the chart, and I know that. But I like my things. It's a comfort for me.
Mhm.
It's like backup. I can see it, I can touch it, I can feel it. So just knowing things, even though it's not there, these are comfort things for me, the chart and the cards.
Mhm.
So I don't know if I'd ever be able to give that up and just do what you do. Because I like my things. Also, I like the vibes and everything's pretty. And I'm an accessories gal.
Yeah, and people love the logical aspect of it, and there's nothing logical about what I do.
I mean, yes. I mean, when it comes to like, Seven said, do me, do me. Absolutely. Um, like, to me, what you do is probably the thing that skeptics can't get a grasp on the most.
Yeah.
Like, at least the cards are there, and hell, even astrology is a pseudoscience.
Mhm.
But and I mean, the runes are there, a pendulum swings, it's physical. But what you do is probably something that skeptics and people that don't exist in the spiritual or the metaphysical would have trouble getting a grasp on, something that just happens out of thin air.
And see, that's why I like to do it live so much too, because like I didn't know you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're this random stranger who popped into my live one day and wanted me to read them. You know what I mean? Like, there's no ability for me to like look you up. Or I even have people who come to me who found me because their friend has social media and they don't have social media. And there's just no way. My friend that referred me to you didn't even know that. How do you know that? And their mind is blown by it. And I'm like, I actually love the fact that you don't have social media because so many people are so skeptical.
Yeah.
Because maybe something, resonates because a year or two ago they posted something about the anniversary of someone's passing and it's coming up on that and I'm connecting to the anniversary of a passing and they're like, is she real or not? But then I call you the name that they called you and then they're like, oh, I never posted that. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much evidence there, but none of it is like in a chart or in a card or like on paper.
Like, you can't show
It's
it
not
to
tangible.
someone.
Right, exactly.
Where, like, I can turn, my laptop around and be like, this is your problem. Or I can throw a card up in front of a person like that right there. But yeah, you're going to be like, listen, you just have to trust me.
Yeah, exactly. I can't
I
be
know
like,
it
oh,
came
go
from
Google this
nowhere.
after. Whereas, like, it with a tarot card or even with like their birth chart, hey, look up the wounded healer yourself. This is where your wounded healer is. See what resonates with you. See the pattern. See what's going on. And you can give someone that knowledge to go Google something. I can't even do that.
We could also do a whole episode about wounds.
Yeah.
I could talk for days about astrological wounds. It's my favorite, because when I bring up somebody's chart, the first thing I see are their wounds and their trauma. I cannot help it. My eyes just go there.
Yeah, I did the synastry type thing on my husband and I last night through that Astro Seek thing. And him and Mai's wounded healer are the exact same. I was like, damn.
So you'll have the same enemies.
Yeah, and that makes sense because we always have.
Yep. So if you want to start with readings, I think we have Sevon and Hippie Love.
Okay. I do just want to summarize like standard relationships versus sacred relationships, just so that it's here on our channel and like what that means to me. And I even like typed it out a little bit over here so I can go side to side. So in a standard relationship, and these are some things I already touched on too, the focus is on happiness. And the focus is like an outward extension of happiness too. And that projection of like, we need to look happy as a unit. We need everyone to believe that we're happy, even if you are not and you are struggling and you are fighting every day. No one would know that because you need everyone to believe that you're happy versus the focus just being on true growth. How to be better individually, how to be better together, whether that is how you love each other, how you love yourself, your career. Like you guys are constantly like confiding in one another and providing that level of comfort that is needed to be uncomfortable in a relationship. And it's not just a projection of happiness, it's the grind to get to a point where you're comfortable with even letting the world know you are happy. There's a hidden connection to joy in a sacred relationship because it's not for anybody else. It is literally for the two of you in that relationship to enjoy together. And then we have avoiding conflict. There is a huge fear of, if I bring it up, if I say it, if they know that I feel this way, if I change and I stop masking, if I do this, if I do that, it's going to blow up this fucking relationship. Whereas in a sacred relationship, transformation comes from conflict. In every relationship you have, there's going to be some level of conflict. You're not going to agree on every single thing. You're going to have opinions on things. You're going to need to heal through things. You're going to have gaping wounds. You're going to have trauma. The difference is, are you going to avoid that because you're afraid that you're going to be abandoned and that this person has shown signs of abandoning you and not listening to you and overlooking your wants and needs in a standard relationship? Or are you willing to confront these almost as if you're naked and you're bearing your soul to someone who is also naked and can meet you where you are and can move together in a way that says, maybe I didn't go through that, maybe I don't understand that, but I know that I'm willing to try. And they don't weaponize those things and they don't use them against you. That is sacred. And then we have the whole, well, what do they even do for me? What can they do for me? And you're talking shit about it in group chats, and it's, I wish they were like this, and I just wish they would do that. Well, again, you're avoiding conflict because you're not having that conversation with your partner. You're talking to everybody else about it, to your safe people, who are probably just amplifying that negative aspect of you. And like, fuck him or fuck her, leave him, whatever. And in a sacred relationship, the focus is not on what they can do for you or what you can do for them, but it is about co-creation. What are we doing together? What's the goal? What do we actually want out of this connection? Is there something we want out of this connection? Can we achieve that thing together? There's so much focus on the we and on growth and creating, and not just what one person is giving or lacking versus what the other person is doing. There should be no verses. It should always be a unity. That's what sacredness is to me. And then we have love as a feeling. In standard relationships, love is that fairy tale, frou-frou bullshit that's not true. Love is a choice. And in sacred relationships, it is like a sacred practice to wake up every day and to choose to love someone, to choose to love their flaws, to choose to love their differences. And I'm not talking about they cheat on you 700 times and you're choosing to forget them. No.
Oh, no.
That's love as a feeling. That is not love as a choice. Okay? You're chasing a feeling sometimes because maybe you don't want to be alone, or you don't want them to feel the way that you do, or you're not ready to acknowledge that level of conflict in the relationship because maybe if you do, they will fucking leave. And maybe they don't beat you, but they cheat on you. And so that's okay. But that's avoidance as well, because you're still not getting everything you need. There's nothing sacred about that. Now, if you guys are in like a polygamous relationship or open relationship, that's something totally different. I'm talking about one-on-one monogamous relationship and love as a spiritual practice and the unity of two souls coming together to co-create. Okay? Not just have this bubbly feeling. The feeling of love is a high. I fall in love with my husband on multiple occasions all over again. All the time. I experience that feeling of love with him, but I choose to love him all of the time. I would not know what life would look like without that man.
And that's kind of where I'm at on that. I mean, to me, a sacred relationship is that one person that makes you feel a way about yourself that nobody else can. That can introduce a piece of yourself to you that you didn't even know.
Mm-hmm.
And like, there needs to be unity and you need to be able to walk the same path. But in the relationship, being in a sacred relationship does not mean that you erase your personal identity.
Mm-hmm.
Two people, two identities, same path, side by side. And then that you can love them without abandoning yourself. Which is why, back to last week, and just that huge rant, I cannot get on board with the twin flame bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, they're another part of me. You are a person. They are a person. You are two people coming together, but you are still a person and a whole person. Everything you need for yourself is in yourself. You can repress it, it can be suppressed, you can lose it, you can give it away, but it's always still there. Your partner will amplify things in you, not add to it. It was already in you. So the fact that people think that, and this is probably just a Sagittarius and fire sign thing because Miss Independent, I don't think that anyone should need anyone to fill a spot in them. It's already there. A good person will amplify it in you.
Mm-hmm.
Or bring it out in you when you've repressed it or suppressed it. Everything you are is already in you. If you want to be better, do better for yourself or find people that bring out the good in you. So that's for me, like a little bit of two individuals coming together. Not like I couldn't function without my husband, but then again, I could. Like, do I want to? Absolutely not. Would I do anything to not have him in my life? Yes. But if he was gone, like, I still have to be me. I still have to take care of my kids. I still have to take care of the house. I still have to go to work. I still have to pay bills. I still have to do all these things. You have to still be you. And just trust that you'll never have to do it without that person.
Yeah.
I would fall apart if something happened to my husband, but then I would have to get back on my feet. I would have to. So I don't ship with that whole, like, you know, where they're like, oh, well, this piece of me didn't exist until I met this person. Everything you need is in you.
Yeah, they just weren't safe to experience that piece of them until that person came along and showed them that it was always there. Like, they give a piece of you back, you know?
Yeah. Like my husband, I am more calm with that when I'm with him, is because, like, without him, I never felt secure. He gives me the security that I didn't know that I needed to be calm and just exist.
Yeah.
To just find contentment and chase my pleasures and my passions and my joy, because he is my security.
Mm-hmm.
He is my foundation. I can provide that for myself, but along with that comes stress and worry and things like, I'm less stressed. I'm less worried with him because he puts me on even ground, and then I can be more calm. But I still already have all of those things in me.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that he makes it better.
Yeah.
I have the ability to be secure. He makes it easier.
Mm-hmm. Something that my husband and I always do, we have like a standing, I don't know, it's like a thing we always say to each other. If he's like, oh, I really just want to smash that old TV, I'm like, if you would do it if we weren't married, why are you second guessing doing it right now? If Shaheen wants to go smash a fucking old TV and like rage room that shit, why are you running it by me? I feel like you wanted me to clarify that it was okay for you to do that, and I should never have to do that. That's who you are. That's what you want to do. I'm on board. You didn't need me to validate that shit for you. I would love to go smash the TV too, though. But
there's a bunch of rage rooms around here that are offering Valentine's deal for couples rage rooms.
Mm-hmm. We do that for each other all the time, though. We say that to each other. You would do that if it wasn't an option to run it by me. So do it anyway. If that's the thing that's going to make you happy today, do it. It doesn't make a fuck to me. We're going to throw shit away anyway. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to always validate what it is that you want to do because you're your own person. That's also connected to sacred relationships, the interdependence and not the codependence. Codependency is very much a standard relationship issue. Can you still have codependency in sacred relationships? Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. You grow to feel so comfortable in that your fucking like nervous system is at peace when you're with that person. So do you want to go to the grocery store and brave all those psychos on your own? Fuck no. Do you want to sit in traffic and deal with shitty drivers on your own? Fuck no. Can you? Yes. Will you? Yes. Do you prefer to do it with your partner? Yes. But it's not like I'm not going to go because you won't go with me. I'm going to give up this thing that I would thoroughly enjoy doing because you have to work. You know what I mean? Like, you still go do your things. You'll miss them like crazy. You'll probably text them while you're doing it and check in. I wish you were here. Look how cool this shit is. And like fangirling and sharing the experience with them still. But you're still able to go do your thing. You don't shut off versions of yourself because you're now in a relationship. And I feel like that's another super fucking like traumatic thing that happens when people get into relationships is they feel like they have to leave parts of themselves behind. And it's silly shit, like wanting to smash a TV, you know?
I think women do it more than men, though, too. Like, give up parts of themselves. So, especially once they become moms. So, and sometimes my clients, I'll stop them dead in their tracks if I realize that they've become this type of person. Like, when you ask somebody, tell me about yourself, and they immediately lead with either what they do for work, who they're with, or the fact that they're a parent. And I'm like, I didn't ask you about I asked you about you.
Yeah, I don't want your resume.
Yeah. This is not LinkedIn. I want to know about you. And I find that women get wrapped more in the identity of being a wife and a mother than men do. So when they're like, well, you know, I'm married, I have 3 kids. And I'm like, I didn't ask that. I want to know like the weird stuff. I want to know if you're an avid anime fan. I want to know if you read smut all day long. I want to know if you're a hiker or a biker. I want to know if, you know, you hold a world record. I want to know things about you. I want to know even if it's stupid, your favorite color. I asked you about you, not about what you do, who you're with, or who came out of you.
Right.
So you still have to own your own identity as a partner. That person didn't get with you to be a opposite gendered version of themselves. They got with you because they are you, stay you. And I think a lot of people lose that. And I think that's when those connections start to slip.
Yeah.
Because you're now a watered down version of yourself because your self identity is wrapped up in your work or your partner or your kids and everything. You have to still be you to make it work. And this is why, like, I'm always like, I need to do me. Today's a me thing. I'm going to do all of my favorite things today. And I don't give up my hobbies or my habits. Also, and this is a really weird topic, and I don't know, this could get us canceled.
Tell me, I need to know now.
We are individuals, but we are still human beings. I don't think you can be in a sacred relationship if you hide the fact that you poop, fart, belch from your partner.
Yeah, that's like...
If you literally hide the fact that you are a mammal, that you are a human being with the same bodily functions as your partner, I don't think you can be in a sacred relationship. That's my hot take on it. Like, my sister's one of those people. She was married for over a year, and she would still leave their house to drive somewhere. She would hold it all day and drive to an empty store in the middle of the night to use the bathroom. Because she wouldn't do it. No. She's like, if I can't go before he gets home from work, I gotta wait. And I'm like, no. I don't think that you can be in a sacred relationship until at base, not even just you as an individual, not even your quirks or your language or your habits, just like as a human being.
Dude, my first question would be, who did that to you? I mean, I already know, but I would be like, who did that to you? Where'd this start? It was never his fault. It's actually not your fault either. Let's put the name back on it so you can shit in peace.
Yeah. Seriously.
Crazy. No,
And I
I'm
know
all for people who are like, I can't shit in public. I have to shit in my own toilet at my own house. Like those people who are like, go to work all day, 700 miles an hour on the way home. Shit, I'm like fighting me and gravity right now. You know what I mean? Like, that's one thing. But I don't know. I can't get behind that
especially
either.
once you live with somebody.
Yeah, that's weird. To me, that's
Yeah.
weird.
Like, because that's officially both your toilet now.
Yeah.
And like, I talk a lot about this a lot, and people think I'm crazy. But like, when you get down to it, people are like, "Oh, gender equality." Then why can't women talk about poop? I do not care about the wage gap. Why are there still men out there that are like, "Girls don't poop, girls don't fart"? We're human beings. We absolutely do.
We have a
That's
standing joke
gender
about our
equality.
nervous shits before we go live.
Yeah,
Every time.
yeah. We're human beings. That's gender equality.
Sevon said, I feel like all of this is also true for non-romantic relationships. All type of relationships are important and have their place in your personal growth. Yes, absolutely. It's not just it's not just romance. It's friendships, it's family, it's everything. Neighbors, coworkers, all that. So yes.
You can have I think you have karmic relationships with everyone.
Mm.
You know, the companies that you work for, the friendships that you have, everything. They're either good or bad. People that come into your life, romantic or otherwise, either show you what you want or what you don't want in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't know either one of those until you experience them, which means that even the bad relationships have been important to you at some point in your life.
Right.
Okay.
Hippie said, my hubby won't do anything without consulting with me first. I feel like I've taken away his independence. And you know what? My husband and I were learning that about each other. Like, why are we so codependent? Why can we not make decisions without one another? So we literally made it a rule to say that to each other. You would do it if we weren't married. Why are you asking me? If I wasn't here and you couldn't run it by me, if I was on vacation or sick in the hospital or any fucking thing, if I wasn't here right now, would you do it? Okay, so then do it.
So knowing that they're both Pisces, Pisces can be very unsure, and they're always worried that their unsureness and their being overly empathetic to the point where they lose handle on what they're feeling from someone is going to end up hurting them.
Yeah.
Because everything hurts them, so they're always worried about hurting someone else, because they can hurt themselves just from thinking that someone else might be mad at them or might not like them secretly or whatever. The emotional weight that they have on their shoulders can be overbearing, like just destroying their sense of self sometimes. So yeah, just always encourage.
Yeah. And I know sometimes too, like even for me, I will run things by my husband because I'm like, am I fucking stupid? Like, am I dumb? Am I making the wrong choice here? And I'll run it by him and he'll just remind me, like, hey, you would do this regardless, whether you do or not. So just do it anyway and be confident about it. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. Thank you. That's all I needed. I appreciate you.
Yeah, my husband's like, you make me sound like such a jerk when you ask me questions sometimes. Because I'll like ask him, and it's a courtesy thing to me. It's a respect thing. Like before I make plans, I ask my husband. One, because I don't remember shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I could be like, hey, would you mind if like, this specific Saturday this month, I went karaokeing or whatever. And he'd be like, isn't that the weekend that you told your sister you'd do that thing? And I'm like, oh. So one, because I can't remember anything, and he would. And then two, like, what if he wanted to hang out with me?
Yeah.
What if he wanted to go out? So
Mm-hmm.
to me, it's a courtesy thing. He thinks that I'm asking for permission, and I'm like, I am checking in with you.
Yeah.
It is respect for your time and our time, not asking for permission. Because honestly, if he told me no, I'm gonna argue about it anyway, and he knows that. I don't like to be told no.
Yeah.
Now, if he was like, babe, I really want to do this, or I thought we could stay home, that's fine. But if he's like, absolutely not. He thinks that when people see me ask him things like that, that they think that he's controlling, and I'm like, every one of my friends knows I can't be controlled.
Yeah.
So don't worry about that. They do not. Actually, they probably feel sorry for you because I can't be controlled. So yeah. Do not worry about that. I approach you with those situations out of respect,
Yeah.
not for permission.
Right. He
So
said, yes, I feel like it's a courtesy thing when I ask him things, or I just want to involve him in whatever is happening. Exactly. But that's
yeah,
not like codependent either. You're literally like, hey, here's what's going on. Here's the updated version of the events that are going to happen. Here's our
and
calendar.
water signs and fire signs get FOMO so bad.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to like even if they're not doing that thing, you have to include them in the plans to some point because their fear of missing out is off the chain.
Yeah.
So because they're experiencers.
And a lot of people are like that. A lot of people just want to feel wanted. They
So
want
like
to feel
if I
involved.
know someone can't come to an event, if I make an event for it on Facebook, I still invite them.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I know we've talked about this, they can't come. They won't even be in the state or the country.
Mm-hmm.
I still invite them.
Mm-hmm.
Because FOMO is for real for some people.
For
It's
a lot of
crippling.
people.
Listen, I'm a 50-50. Sometimes I get FOMO and other times I miss out on something and I'm like remembering that day and I was like, I wouldn't have wanted to go anyway, even if I knew about it.
Yeah.
I was in hermit mode. I needed to stay home because even though I'm an adventurous Sagittarius, I'm a Capricorn rising. So no matter what I'm doing, I'm like, God, I can't wait to get home.
Mm-hmm.
So I can be both. I can be out there and just doing my thing. And then I'm like, I want to go home. And I don't want to leave the house for like 6 days.
Seven said, Sag don't like being told what to do, period. Ask and we will do anything.
Quickest way to get a Sagittarius to do something is to tell them not to do it.
I don't know. That's probably accurate. I don't know. I know Sagittarius is my habit house, but I'm the same fucking way. I'm convinced to this day that that is why the woman that I saw when I was 16 told me I was a healer at best and I wasn't a psychic medium. I thought she fucking knew that. She was like, if I tell this little bitch she's a psychic medium, she's never going to do anything with it. But if I tell her she's just a healer, she's going to prove me wrong. And I did. It was like she knew what I didn't know at the time. She knew the psychology of all of it.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe she just, like the Sagittarius third house where you're like worried about getting bogged down by schedules. That you would never put effort into consistency with it unless she pushed you to prove yourself.
Yeah, it's probably one of the best things she could have done for me, honestly.
Sometimes we need that. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. And I hate to say this about myself, but this is the open and honest podcast. So half the shit I do is petty. It's for petty reasons. Like, I'm dedicated to my work. I love expanding things and making posts and whatever. But if I do something big, it's always because somebody pissed me off to do it.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing it out of pettiness. I hate to say that, though, but like, it is what it is.
We'll know something will be good and we'll know we can expand on it and it can be great and it's so much work, but then it's like not work if you're like, this bitch didn't think I could see. I'm gonna hold my beer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like if somebody says, oh, she could never do that.
Yeah. It's the first thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be the master.
And I was like, and watch me make it bigger and better. Yeah. Like, because, Sagittarius. We go too far. So not only did you say I could never do that, I doubled down. Oh, she could never get a degree. I got to.
Yep. So, Seven said, whatever the fuel, at least there's fire.
Exactly. Sometimes it's like we're passionate and we're driven, and other times we're pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all motivation. It's all motivation. And who knows? You know, the thing about fire is fire consecrates. So sometimes we need to burn things up so we can start anew.
Yeah.
It's definitely an energy that I ride on quite a bit. Maybe sometimes too much.
All right, you guys, live readings are open. You guys can ask us whatever you want in the chat. Our only ask is that you guys share the live out. That way we can get more people in here. We can connect with more people. We can interact with more people. If you will share us out and then put your question in the comments for us.
And while we're sharing out, before we get into readings, I need to use the restroom because I'm a human fucking being.
Go ahead.
Just in case things get like emotional and or hilarious, I don't want to pee my pants during the live. So I'll be right back.
Okay. And you guys, these don't have to be like love and relationship readings either. Whatever you guys want to know. We can do that if you guys want the focus to be on like Valentine's Day next week and on, you know, what we're talking about, sacred relationships versus standard relationships, so much stuff. It's like, I know if I want to get my driving license, I can get it, but I'm 67 and now I'm afraid it's too late and my reflexes are shot. You can do whatever you want to do. Maybe you need someone fueling you up, gassing you up about doing stuff, hippie love, tell you can't do it. And then you're going to go out and prove a point that you absolutely can do it. Thank you, Sevon. Yes, share the live and put your questions in the comments. Sevon is here with us. She will read you too. She is here with us in the comments tonight. And Stephanie is taking a potty break and she will be right back. But we can go ahead and get started, you guys. Whatever your questions are, whatever you want to know, again, just please share the live before you put your question in the comments. I think that Stephanie said she has a few decks out too. And I know Sevon probably has some sitting there by her. So whatever y'all want to know. This is the first time we're doing readings on the podcast, and I am excited about it. I'm excited to see like how all three of us, how the messages kind of like resonate with all three of us. I don't know if I want to know, but I want to know. I don't know. I just feel like positive news. I'm going to put you up here. Really positive news coming up and really positive news for you moving forward. I still do get the connection to the procedures, to the hospitalization and stuff that we've gone over before. But the timeline for me feels like it has shifted. Whereas I know we were looking out into like March and April for not even just a diagnosis, but like for things to get better. It feels like you fast tracked that. And things are going to continue to fast track for you, especially connected to your physical health. And as soon as you walk through that door, man, of physical health and you have things under control, you're going to be fucking unstoppable.
Are we doing 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me know when you're ready because I'll keep going.
Keep going.
You're gonna shut me up.
I got to pull cards. Keep going.
Okay. I also feel like there's a potential for like a relocation too for you, Sevon. I haven't felt it up until this point, but now that I'm seeing beyond a lot of the health stuff, which tells me that things are fast tracking, I do very much feel like there's a physical move coming up for you. I don't feel like you're going to be trapped. And when I say that, I mean like locked into a lease or something. So you may wind up doing either like a 6-month term or a month-to-month term and not another full year. Because I don't feel like you're going to continue living there.
Do you get October for that?
What'd you say?
Do you get October for that?
If it's 6 months, what month are we in right now? So it'll be 6 months from now. It'll be August. That's pretty close. Pretty damn close. And I ain't perfect with these timelines. So not at all. Yes, exactly. My hubby and daughter tell me I can't all the time. I should just prove them. Do it. Do it. Do it. I'll be your cheerleader, hippie love. Yes, grab your card, Sevon. She didn't ask a question. She just said, I don't know if I want to know, but I want to know.
What's hidden will be revealed. And it will give you freedom. So everything that is an issue medically and also mental health situations, hidden enemies, sometimes how you are an enemy to yourself without knowing it. All of these things are going to be coming to light soon. It's not just a diagnosis. I dropped a card. Who is my jumper? Ooh. There's a revelation coming about your relationships with your mom. And a new perspective. And I'm going to pull a sexual healing card for 7. Calling back your energy. That sacred freedom that Sagittarius is prioritized, calling that back to you because there's still fragmented pieces of your freedom floating around somewhere and you haven't realized what you haven't called back to you yet. So you get the diagnosis and you're less out of your body and realizations start happening. Situation like clarity with your mom. There's a different perspective. It's not something that happens with your mom. It's your viewpoint changes. And that's where things start with that. And then the physical and the mental health. Your physical issues drain you in more ways than you like to admit. And I don't even think you have a view of your potential for once you're feeling better. Do not think that you know how your life is going to be once you are better, because it's going to be even better and even more different than you think it's going to be. And that's what I got for 7.
I got more stuff when you were talking, so I put it in the chat so I wouldn't forget because I don't have my notebook. There was something about broken glass, like somebody dropping a glass and breaking it, or a plate, because it's not actually glass, it's like the ceramic, and it getting lodged in someone's foot and them thinking they got it all out, but they didn't. And I want to say it has to do with your oldest son. And then there's an issue that comes after that. Some kind of like, it looks like a bone spur type. This is like way future issue. But if this happens, I really feel like, you know, those little things that you use to give babies medicine? I can't think of what they're called. The little tube thing. If this
like
happens,
the syringe, like the syringes?
syringe. If you have a syringe and this happens, I feel like he needs to use a syringe to pull it out to avoid that whole bone spur situation. Also, there was something about a broken necklace, so be careful with your jewelry. I saw a doctor writing something on a piece of paper and then the gavel from a judge coming down. So that tells me you're getting the diagnosis and the right treatment. But there's something that came up about nutrient hydration. I don't know what that means, but it was like not necessarily missing the nutrients to hydrate your body, but it was like
she drinks water, but the cells aren't hydrated?
Yes. She's missing the things that would bind the, like, it's like drinking it to pee it out. It's not hydrating her body at all. But it's not because she doesn't have like potassium or something. It's like her organs are waterlogged. So her body is looking at it like poison. So she's having a hard time hydrating. So what I was seeing was using nutrients to hydrate, like Pedialyte or Gatorade or something like that. And they may tell you that if you wind up going in being in the hospital.
Yeah, sometimes our cells don't absorb. And then those are those people that literally pee every 20 minutes. It's just going through their body. They're just processing it out, but their bodies aren't holding that hydration. A lot of times the best way to hold your hydration is to include salt, but good nutrient dense salt. So my favorite is Celtic sea salt.
Yeah.
You got a ton of minerals that help your cells hold hydration instead of your body just literally emptying it out.
Okay, Brooke. Let me put y'all stuff up here. I have a question. Me and my mother-in-law keep smelling like something is burning, but randomly, and no one else can smell it. Do you know if it's a spirit? Yes, but it's also a warning. And I am by the couch in the living room in this vision that I'm getting about it. And it's something about the outlet that's there. The outlet is faulty. If you have anything plugged in like behind the couch, I would definitely be wary of that. Be very mindful of that. They're giving you a warning that something, this is like an electrician needs to be called in. Y'all aren't crazy. You are smelling that, but it's not just like a loved one coming through to tell you they love you. It's a warning. Do you get anything on that?
If it smells like burnt toast, that's a sign of a stroke.
Okay.
So make sure she's descriptive in what, like, is it rubber? Is it just a natural burning smell? Smells like burnt toast. That's a sign of a stroke.
To me, it smells like when a hot glue gun. If I'm
Oh, a hot
smelling
glue
what
gun.
she's smelling,
Yeah, that's
to
electrical.
me, that's what I'm getting is like when a hot glue gun is turned on and that hot glue smell is like dripping out of it. That's the smoke, the burning smoke that I am smelling. I could be wrong. You have to tell me. If that ain't the smell you're smelling, that's what I'm getting. And it feels like a warning specifically about the couch in the living room. I'm going to scroll down to see if you've said anything. Yeah, just ask your question, Danum. Danielle, I know that's you, but okay. I'm in limbo. Boom. Put this on the screen. I'm in limbo about our living situation. I don't know if I want a house or I should just stay here and rent. My daughter got news that she's just getting a few thousand. Okay. Would love to know your take on this. You want to do this one or you want me to jump in on it? I mean, I'll weigh in
You
on
can
it.
go ahead and start, and I'll just go ahead and pull cards for her and
Okay.
see if living situations come up.
So a while ago, I saw this and you asked me what the number was, and I told you I saw a couple of thousand, but it wasn't the only amount of money that I saw. I saw two different payments coming in, and I saw a check coming in the mail that was devastating because it was only a few grand. But then I saw a humongous payout coming after that because there's a countersuit that comes in, and it is a little bit off in the distance, but this payment that she receives isn't closed case, end of it all she's ever going to see. And I still very much see you purchasing a home purchase is still very much a viable option for you guys. I don't see you renting or being in the place that you're in right now forever.
Is where you're moving far away from your job? Because I have a move. I have a beneficial move, but I also have the potential that the move creates an opportunity for a better job. They'll be harder than what you do, but more beneficial financially, independently, and it will have something to do with, are you in the medical industry or caregiving? Or would you like to be? And this is Hippie Love.
Mm-hmm.
You know her. Do you know what she does?
She does take care. She is a caretaker, yes.
The move puts you closer to things that bring you more money. Time frames. Lunar eclipses.
She said she was in the medical field and she retired, but I know that she does take care of her daughter.
What's your timeline for her moving? Because I've got soon.
It doesn't feel like tomorrow to me. Usually tomorrow is like in the next 3 months.
Yeah, it's soon.
I don't feel like she'll be there next year.
The ball gets rolling this month. I don't know. There's something about the closeness of where you're going that makes life easier. And I don't know if it's to a new career opportunity or a job or a school or whatever the situation may be. But where you're going to go is not just going to be moving. So obviously we all love to have more space or a newer space or whatever, but it's also going to be, it'll make your life easier. Like there's a struggle that your proximity to some other location just makes your life easier. And then just because we're doing it today, I'm going to pull some sexual healing. Might as well. I don't get to use these often, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I don't always have an excuse, and this month is a perfect excuse.
I wonder if the thing that you're feeling is her being closer to her parents too.
Maybe it's like the proximity to, she is getting closer to whatever is going to make her life easier. That's just what I'm getting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. Mm-mm-mm. So if you haven't felt like you have the ability to be peaceful lately, that you have the ability to just be content and to hang around and to just be relaxed, you have to stop comparing your successes to other people's success. Comparison is the thief of joy. Look at what you're doing and just do it. Don't look at what other people are doing. And then when you just do it, don't look at what other people do and regret what you're doing. Keep that in your head. Comparison is the thief of joy.
She said, I need to move near a hospital for my daughter. It's Orlando or Tampa, Florida.
Okay. So yes, that wherever you're going to go, the proximity to whatever you're fighting for is going to make your life, like it came in the card. So it's important. So much unbelievably easier. So cut your stress by 60%. Like your life is just going to be easier by what you're going to be getting close to. And I've got a time frame. The ball starts rolling this month. Between now and August, the ball starts rolling steady. So get ready for it. Also, taxes. Get your taxes done before next Friday. There's a good chunk and change there that'll help that. But you've got to get it done before your 13th or you lose money. And that's it.
She said, I went to visit my parents. They were fine. Now I don't want to go back to New York.
I mean, don't go to New York.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's a long flight type move for you, but I don't get a concern about finances either with any move for you. Financially, you guys are going to be fine, but I also do not see you staying in the same place. Whether you rent or buy, I do see move for you for this year.
To me, it's wherever is going to be closest to what you need to make your life easier, period.
Yeah.
So whatever you need, find those locations and start looking there. It doesn't matter about distance. You need to cut your stress. If you chase what you need to make your life easier, you will come out. You will be in the place you need to be in.
Brooke said, oh no, it smells like campfire or like the glue smells. Yes. Yeah, girl, y'all are getting a warning. Is it in the living room like I was saying by that couch in the living room? Is that where y'all are smelling it the most? Like a common area in the house? To me, it's always in very same spot in the house. And if it hasn't been, I would definitely pay attention to where you're smelling that in the house. Also, could I get just a general read? Just a few things if you guys are doing that. Sure. You want to pull cards for Brooke?
For Brooke, yeah. And then Danny wants anything on business or relationships or general after Brooke. So Brooke. Yeah, so when people mention something burning, I'm like, listen, that can be a lot of smells. There's one in particular that we need to look out for. Describe the smell, because smelling burnt toast is a sign of a stroke.
Seven, jump in and start reading them. I told them you were in the comments to read them. They know you're here. You can do it as like a reply to them too, a bonus from you. And then if ever you can jump on with us, let me know. Tell me in the comments. Put me on camera and I'll put you back in here. You can even come in with your camera off if you want. I mean, obviously, you know, that's an option. I'm just reminding you. That sounded wrong for some reason to me when I said it.
Brooke, you need to pay attention to Venus. Brooke, are you in a relationship? It's going to be very important to know before I say what I say.
She is in a relationship. She hasn't commented yet, but I know she's in a relationship.
Okay. Oh, man. So, all right. Sometimes the best advice comes from ourselves. And you need to stop asking people for what you know you need to do because they don't know you as well as you know you. So you don't always need confirmation to make moves or to make big jumps. And I feel like Venus is chasing you down right now in your head about a balance inside of you that is completely knocked out of whack, where you trust people more about what they say about you than what you actually know about yourself. And I feel like this topic, although not relevant now, is going to become very relevant very soon as you get knocked out of. Brooke, do you know your rising sign?
Leo.
All I'm going to say is I need you to look out for temptation. Where you're tempted and where your partner is tempted. That's all I'm going to say. And enjoy your glow up in June. Because you do get a very strong personal glow up come June when Jupiter moves into Leo. Yeah, there's something coming. Yeah, Venus is on your ass for this. So she needs you to trust yourself, to trust who you are. I feel like you could be influenced to the point of temptation. So I need you to watch where you're tempted, and I need to watch where your partner is tempted. Because something is definitely coming. And it's before. Hold on, I'm doing astrology math. Oh, shit. Okay. Before. Stand by. I need to look when Mars enters Pisces. You have a date of temptation and she's chasing you now. Oh, come on. And now the thing isn't going to load. I want to say it's in March. Between now and Mars enters Pisces, March 2nd. Between now and March 2nd, there's something that could tempt you that you need to not go that direction. And you need to watch your partner as well. And by temptation, I mean things that will lead you astray in the relationship, either physically or emotionally.
She said she's Taurus, Pisces, Leo. She said, I'll give you my whole chart if you want it.
So right now, because you're a Leo rising, everything is in your house of partnership in Aquarius. So things might feel really good, but also tense right now. But if you can't learn to trust yourself to say who you are, as opposed to being influenced by someone else who says pretty words to you, you're going to be led down a really nasty path of temptation. And the same thing for your partner too, because if somebody says something to you and you start acting a different type of way, they're not going to recognize you anymore, and they can be led astray as well. So just watch out for that.
Are you finished with her reading?
Yes.
Okay, so I put it in the chat because I'll forget. I have to type it out or write it, and I don't have my notebook. But I saw you expanding your business. This was like a high focus for you. It feels like your individuality coming out. It kind of goes with her reading too, and like you really wanting to be like hyper independent and focusing on yourself and what it is that you want to do. And you full body massage. It was like you looking into unlocking chakras and like neurological function and organ function through massage. And it's like you see something on Instagram about babies' feet or something, and you're inspired by the like trigger points in their feet. And that starts you on this whole like, how do I learn how to do this? And then you offer that service too. And then I saw a new tattoo. I saw the move for you. There was something about a necklace for him, but it feels like it has to do with somebody that he loved that he lost, and there's something on the necklace in relation to him, and they just wanted him to know that they recognize that he has that. And then the whole connection to you expanding your business, there was a learning and certification aspect to it. So it was like a reinvestment in the self to like on paper build your business, if that makes sense. And then I could not get my eyes to focus. That's why at one point, I don't know if you guys saw me, but I like had to look away from the screen and I was doing like this because I was trying to see my hand. I couldn't see anything. My eyes weren't focusing at all. And that's what's going on with you. Your eyes are losing focus without your permission because someone is trying to communicate with you and you're blocking it out, which is wildly interesting to me because I listened to what Stephanie was saying about all this outer influence in like
Who
you
she is.
needing that outer influence, and spirit is in agreement with that, and they're like, hey, front door, we're knocking, we're here. Sevon, I'm bringing you in, your camera is off. Hang on a second, you guys, let me get her in here. Boo.
Hey, I missed a few because I had to back out and get into my other name to get to our group chat in order to come in here. So I totally I missed the last 5 minutes.
Oh, you're fine.
Okay.
I was doing my side of Brooke's reading.
Okay. I was doing Hippie Loves. I was like in the middle of it. I wasn't completely done, but I wanted to take a pause before I kept going.
Yeah. So Brooke said, that makes so much sense. It's been so hard to focus. Yeah, and there's a like mental stimulant too. Being like super overstimulated all the time, especially because you're living in your mind, you're not living in reality, and you're playing through all of this drama and trauma in your head. Things you wish you would have said, boundaries you want to set, conversations, how they're going to go. You're living your life in here right now, and it's keeping you from being in reality and being able to make decisions in reality, which is why the hyper focus is on other people too. And because they're in reality and you're in here, so you're trusting them more because they're living life, right? But I agree with what she said too. You have the ability to do those things for yourself. Also, I really feel like you need to watch out for 2 numbers. They're going to be like reminders to be in your body. You got number 2 and you got number 7. Watch out for those. They're probably going to start showing up a lot for you because you need to be reminded to do something that makes you feel real, physical, alive in that very moment when it's happening.
I'm calculating her birth chart in my brain. Uranus in Taurus no longer direct inspired the expansion of business. Physical touch, absolutely. Taurus 10th house loves and excels at the physical touch aspect. your drain is coming from these clusters that are constantly moving out of your physical part of your chart and into the other. So others are going to be more of a distraction. Your outer world is going to be more tense than your inner world, but you're constantly retreating to your inner world to reset, but you're not resetting properly. You get back to yourself and then you emerge back out. You don't like hide and then poke out and see what everybody's doing. You have to get back to yourself when you go in. And now that Mercury's in Pisces, I wouldn't be surprised if you start having stress dreams. I want you to pay attention to the themes and who's in your dreams. So I'm going to be right back. I know I just left, but I just looked up at my phone and I'm like, oh, I need to go get my charger.
You're fine.
So, Sevon, take it away.
All right, I was reading for Hippie Love. I'm not sure exactly what she wanted to know, so I just asked what she needed to know.
Okay, let me get her name on the screen.
I can't see her responses anymore.
That's fine. I'll read them to you.
I'm seeing a lot of... Is she the one who said she just recently saw her parents?
Yes.
Because I feel like that visit was very eye-opening for her. A lot to do with, parenthood, legacy, I just feel like there's a lot of clarity involved maybe in that particular visit or just in general afterwards, because I'm also seeing a lot of choices that she's making for herself, a lot of attention to detail, a lot of focus, a lot of trying to create things that she wants for herself to nurture herself. There's so much discovery. I feel like there's a lot of things that have come to the surface about even just her and understanding herself, and a lot of like inspiration and gratitude, that just kind of things just kind of working out for her as well. I'm seeing that. I don't know if there's been any legal things going on, but there are things being put right. A lot of balancing out the feminine and masculine energies and closing out cycles, especially when it comes to wisdom and understanding and tradition. I'm not sure if any of this makes sense for her, but that's a lot of what I'm getting.
She said, yes, it definitely opened my eyes to what I want in my life, 100%.
Okay. It feels like it's a cycle that's completely being closed, especially with her wanting to be like reclaiming her independence and having the courage. I feel like just what I'm feeling when I was pulling the cards, I started like shaking. You know how like you do when you get anxiety? It was almost like facing something that like normally would make me feel this way, but then it was overcoming it. I don't know if things were finally able to be said or once things were understood, but it feels like a lot of taking control over things that I didn't realize were bothering me or things that I didn't understand. And now having this realization, I feel like I have more control over a situation, if that makes sense to her.
I know there is also like a legal situation too with her daughter. So you're right about that. She hasn't said anything about it, but I know that.
Okay.
To validate that for you.
I feel a lot of like mirroring too. There's a lot of mirroring going on, a lot of just like, I almost feel like, how did I not see that before? How did I not understand that before? And why did I give up my power? Why did I allow that to make me feel this way? I didn't need to. I never needed to do that. That's what it feels like to me. And did you say she was married? Because I feel like did it help pull her closer to her husband or understand something or appreciate something more about her husband?
She is married, yes.
Okay. Because I feel like there was a closeness there too, that a bond over something. It like a chain reaction occurred.
I'm waiting on her to comment. She hasn't said anything yet. For anyone new and coming in right now, we are offering free readings. Our only ask is that you share the live before you ask us your question for us to read you.
I'm pulling cards for Danny.
Okay. Yes, I need to go back to her too.
I'm just going to be prepared. for when it's that time.
She said, "You are correct. Sevon's guidance. That's exactly how I feel. And yes, my relationship is better."
Good. There's also something here about like choices to be made and not to make a decision just because you're afraid. Don't let fear be the guide.
All right, I gotta go back up and find Danielle. My eyes don't want to focus. Okay, here we
Do you
go.
want me to pull for Danielle as well? After I can read after Steph does and you?
May as well.
Okay.
Why not? She said, "I don't know if I have any questions, anything on business or relationship or general."
Here, I'll mute while I pull. It's distracting.
I feel like Danielle's distracted. Like, I feel like you've learned so much about like who you don't want to be, Danielle, and like what you don't want moving forward. But then you're also in this place of like being stuck. Knowing what you don't want isn't the same thing as making a decision on what you do want. And I feel like you're just kind of in limbo right now, and the limbo fucking sucks. And you're kind of just waiting to feel inspired by something, but you're already inspired by too many things. It feels like limbo chaos. Like I'm here, but I'm over there, but then I could do this, and then I could be back over there, and then that could be fun, and I don't know what I want. What do I actually want? And that's the problem. There's things you're excited about, but nothing feels passionate. You're waiting for that like crazy emotional, like, oh yes, I found it. I found my thing, my calling. I don't feel like that's going to happen. I feel like you have to decide what that is, and you have to make a decision moving forward. That's why things are stagnant for you right now. When I look at all three of those areas of your life, I feel like I'm just sitting in a chair like this, and I'm just spinning in a circle looking at all my options, and it's just never going to end. I'm just going to be spinning, and I'm going to be looking, and I'm not going to be living or enjoying, because you have to stop the chair. And you have to just pick something, and you have to just go with it. But it has to be different than what you've been choosing. So it can't just be like, okay, well, this is dead season. I'm just going to let it be dead season. And then I'm going to pick back up with everything with my business, and I'll just be super busy and all over the place all over again. No, you need structure. But not like structure like everybody else needs structure. You don't need to like plan out every single fucking day of your life and what you're going to eat and all your meals. That's overdoing it. And then that's also like keeping you too busy to focus on what you actually want. So that's also putting you back in the spinning chair. Seems great, but it's counterproductive. You need like a goal. So if your goal, let's just make one up. If your goal is to do 20 events this year, pick them. Start planning what events you want to do. Maybe something you haven't done, maybe something a little bit beyond your traditional area. Maybe something that's a food event and you're going to be the only crystal vendor there, but they're doing a seafood thing and you want to be part of it. Stuff that's different, but allows you to be who you are in that different. Like organized chaos, if that makes sense. You need spice, you need fun, you need creation, but not the fantasy version of it, like actual reality, making decisions, moving forward and doing things. Go ahead. You look like you wanted to say all the things I just said plus more.
So, all right. That spinning chair, you've had thoughts about your partners in your head for so long that now that you're experiencing just yourself, that is what's causing the tension and the panic. You've been able to distract yourself from your own thoughts by thinking about your partners. And now left alone with no worry of partners has put you in a position where now your mental health is in crisis because you haven't really had the hard talk with yourself. Everything, you're so easily distracted from yourself that now all these hard conversations that you should have been having with yourself over a period of time is now all happening at once. And I get a very tense, panicked feeling from that. Your big topics are going to be getting over mental health hurdles so you can fall in love with your business again. And this could be a very profitable year for you, but if your heart's not in it, the money won't end up in your wallet. And you need to get yourself right. So, like I said, you can fall in love with your business again. You can fall in love with what you do again. This is going to weigh heavily on the events that you choose and honestly, pretty much your day to day. Because everything is going to feel forced. It's going to feel like you have to constantly force yourself to work because some of that passion is gone, because you need to engineer these hard conversations with yourself and avoid them. Everything you need to know is already in your head. You just need to listen. Now, I pulled sexual healing cards for you too, and I'm not saying it says that you need a hoe phase, but you need a hoe phase. That's exactly what this reads like. And I would dare anyone else to look at these cards, which I can't show on camera because there's nudity, and tell me that this isn't saying you need a self-discovery hoe phase where you start making decisions. You're in power. You're in control. This is the confidence that you need to get to the next step of you re-entering the dating pool and the relationship pool. But yeah, the sexual healing card said you need a hoe face.
Oh my God.
And I'm ending on the hoe face.
All right, my turn.
Yes.
All right, we're going to talk about then, because I again asked what you needed to hear, what you needed to know about. You're kind of on this adventure where there's this responsibility and expectations. You're closing out this cycle of what feel like burdens, but they're really not. You're making them burdens. This is going to be a complete completion. Like this is the phase we're ending out. There's a lot of unseen potential and there's hesitation because the uncertainty with things. There's a lot of missed opportunities because of fear of failure. There's so many opportunities for growth. And you're getting these inspirational thoughts and messages, but you're so second guessing so many things about what you're wanting. Is that the right direction? It's almost like I'm looking for all these signs and they're there, but you're kind of missing them or you're second guessing yourself on if you're getting them, is what this looks like to me. And I see opportunities for abundance that line up with your values, but there's conflict. It's like wanting to go in a direction really, really fast. You've got this creative spurs, but there's so much unclarity that energy really, it's so chaotic, it has nowhere to go. I had to pull a couple more on that, but I wanted to get that aspect of it out. I feel like there are moments of clarity, though. I feel like there are times where it's like, I want to do this, but it's a short fuse. Like it's a short spark because it gets second guessed. I don't know if it's because, like us, you're Sagittarius and that whole instant gratification, if it doesn't happen right away, you kind of lose your give a fuck. I see conflict with the directions you want to go being people around you. That's where that conflict is coming from. I don't know if you're putting too much weight on what other people might say or feel or think or how it affects other people. Is there something going on with like a mother figure? Does that make sense? Because I feel like that's one of the things. And I feel she's moving through that. There's a difficult, it looks like conflict in the direction she wanted to go, having to do with her mom. And there's some sort of pain connected to that, but that's being moved through currently. Like things are going better in that way. I don't know if any of what I said made sense, but that's what I'm getting strongly.
She hasn't said anything yet, but I know her mom passed away when she was little.
Oh.
But there is a low-key mother figure that she has been weighing on keeping contact with. And they've had a little bit of a rough go. Well, not rough, but like a uncomfortable go of it with their relationship.
Well, it is headed in a better direction. But it all starts with her finding confidence in herself and just going with what she feels, not worrying so much about the people around her. That's what I'm seeing. There's a lot of chaotic energy that it's even when she has an intention, it gets screwed up because there's too many things. It's like I struggle to focus.
That spinning chair, man.
Which honestly, a lot of us are in a spinning chair right now. This Mars and Aquarius is rough. Sevon and I, we understand this energy because we have Mars and Aquarius naturally. But everybody else is like, yo.
It's just another Tuesday.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, my mind is a rat race. Same shit, different day. We're used to it.
She said, my mind is chaotic as fuck.
Yeah.
But a lot of it too feels like energies from other people. That's the main thing I was pulling from that is energies from other people. And a lot of you question, it's almost like you can't separate other people's stuff from your stuff.
It makes sense. She's a mirror.
But once you are able to do that, you don't have to do it fully, but just enough to know what your mind is saying, what your heart is feeling, what your passions are driving you to do. Then that's where you'll regulate a little bit better.
Yeah, I don't want you to feel like we're attacking you at all. We're just seeing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did that come across that way?
No, we all literally said the same thing to her 3 different ways. So she's like, fuck. It's not an attack on you.
Not at all.
You are making progress and things are changing. It's just a highlighted area in your life right now, especially since all of us are seeing it. As Jordan has said that before, since you've told me about being a mirror, I have seen it so much. Yeah.
I just pulled some extra cards, and what I got is you don't get much gratification until you learn to trust yourself.
Wow, look at that. Even with my therapist, I feel like I'm almost her therapist. Wild.
Mm-hmm.
Was there anybody else that we were reading?
I
know Christina came in on Facebook and said hi.
Okay, I don't want you to think we were ganging up on you. It's not gangbang here. Not that kind of least.
Listen, I got some pretty naughty cards. It could be. It'd be a metaphysical gangbang, but a gangbang nonetheless.
Yeah. We just want you to know like where the current energy is. Like when I looked at all of those things, I just felt like I was freer to make more decisions. Like maybe I didn't have the weight of so many people's opinions of me on my shoulders, but I still felt like I was in a kind of like a chaos loop, you know?
Yeah.
Like what the fuck is even going on and who am I? That's what I really felt like. Who am I? What do I want? How do I want to show up? And there was just too many options. So it felt like I was just in this chair spinning around looking at all my options, even though I was alone in the chair. And I was confident fucking being in that chair by myself and proud I was there. The room, man, it was just full of ideas and options. And there's no stopping and going, I don't think I like that one. I'm going to take that shit off of there. You know what I mean?
See, December Sagittariuses see every option, and we're like, I'm just going to pick one at random because they all work for me. Where November Sagittariuses are like, I need that perfect one, but there's too many options.
It's like being in a room of flies you're trying to kill with a fly swatter.
We're like, first? December Sagittariuses just start swinging, and we hit whatever we hit. Novembers are like hunting down that one specific one.
That fly on crack that's just making so much noise. Which one is it? Where'd it go?
Which, by the way, to everybody that just came in, we are currently doing readings. If you want to pop your question into the comments, but we are asking that people share out the live. first before popping your question into the chat so we can get some more people in here? It's a Saturday night, people. It's 9 p.m. We're just hanging out. We're vibing.
Okay, Tony Ann said, I'm here. All right.
Tony Ann?
Yep, Tony Ann.
All right.
I feel like you're kind of in limbo right now. A lot of maybe crazy, traumatic, what the fuck is this year even shit just happened? Because when I'm in your energy, I feel empty. And to me, that's what that empty feeling feels like. So much shit. I just went through hell. So much shit is going on, right? Like just happened. Kind of feels like you've turned your emotions off, and that's why you're feeling like you don't know what decision to make to move forward to get yourself any further out of the hell you've been through. I don't feel like you have to make a decision right now. I feel like you're in this grace period of just being with a calm nervous system because you've been through so much recently. I mean, I'm seeing like relationships ending, people passing. Could even be like a move or like loss of a place that you were living. You had to move. You didn't have a choice. It kind of feels like if I look at your life, the whole rug was ripped from underneath you. So many things happened too fast. And now you're in this place of like, what's left? And what am I moving forward and what do I have to look forward to? But you're supposed to be in this right now, like fully in this and not hyper focusing on what can be good to come of this. I feel like you're supposed to feel how you feel and feel all your feelings. I know it's a shitty thing to hear, but if you knew that in 2 months, you were going to work your dream job and that was going to be the catalyst that changed so many things, the focus would be on that and it would not be on how you're feeling right now. Do I see a bunch of positive things coming up for you? Absolutely. Will I tell you what they are? Yes, I won't. I'm not a gatekeeper. But even in knowing those things, the focus should be on you and the aftermath of what you just went through and why you feel so numb. Okay? So if I look at change and I look at positive growth, there's a couple things that happen before that. So there's this connection to the past being in the present. And when I get that, I get it in connection to relationships. So there could be somebody that's coming back up for you. And it appears like they've changed. And there's this appearance of connection and understanding and mutual respect. It's not there. This person is like void of all morals. And they're just trying to sucker you in because they need something from you they can't get from anybody else. You're like a high that they ride, which is why they come back so frequently. And it's an abuse of love and abuse of power. Not love from them, but your love. It's abuse of power on their end because they know that you crave that connection. And they use that against you because you are such a beautiful person and you are open and you are honest and you love with everything that you have, and they manipulate that. So there's a warning about that. But as you overcome that and even set that boundary of like the ick with that and not wanting to deal with it again, you do have an opportunity in your career. You do have a major change in your career. And it feels like I'm inspired by it when I'm in your energy and I want this. I've not wanted something and I haven't felt confident about something in a really long time. But then this isn't something where you're like dropping off resumes and applying and going and, you know, following leads. It's literally like a conversation you have with somebody. They bring this up and go, you know, you'd be a really good fit for such and such. And you're like, huh. And you start looking into it and you're like, oh my God, and the salary is looking great. And I would love that. And I could be like super independent if I did that. And then you start looking into it because of that. It's like something that comes to you, not something you have to go find. There's also like in connection to that, something about physical health coming up for you and a lot of doctor's appointments. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean that in like maybe you haven't been in a while. And so they want to run all the labs, do all the tests, send you to a couple specialists, make sure everything's functioning properly. But it's a lot of doctor's appointments. And that feels like it kind of takes like a financial toll on you. But I feel like you have to do it. You're supposed to do it. Don't overlook appointments. Don't be like, oh, I don't have heart issues. I don't need a doctor. I don't fuck a cardiologist. What do I need that for? My brain's fine. I don't need an MRI. Don't not go to those because you think you're fine. There's something that's going to come up from that that's going to prevent a really bad thing from happening in the future. Prevention is key, and the prevention happens because you listen and because you just go do these dumbass things you don't want to do. Okay? Things are going to get better. Things are going to become more positive for you. You are in limbo right now. Things are changing right now, but you're supposed to be in the energy. I'm going to pass it because I could talk forever. I don't know who wants it. Put the balls in the air.
I got exactly what you got with some extra details. And it's in the two parts. It's in the person from the past, and it's in the rug being ripped out from under you. However, I need you to understand that the reason why, and this is going to sound crazy, but whatever. The reason why the carpet was ripped out from under you is because you were sitting on old thought processes that no longer grow you. And the only way that the universe can say, hey, you are standing on unstable ground is to just rip it out from underneath you. There is a way that you think that is holding you back from what you need to do. You think and you analyze too much instead of just going after what you know is right and what feels right. You think too much about what you're doing. So your thought processes are what is keeping you on unsteady ground. So Uranus stepped in and forced change. And what comes in that forced change is more vitality, a bigger sense of purpose, more money, and more confidence in yourself. So just understand that even if your castle is crumbling right now, the one that you build in its place will be better. And then this person, it may not be an ex. All I know is they rely on the memories you have with this person to keep you waiting for them in the background. It's that nostalgia play of how you used to be, and it used to look really good. And you need to remember how it looked when things weren't good. They rely on the good times to overlook all the bad times, and they were bad times. There was control, broken trust, and like kind of limiting your choices. They limited your choices, and it's gonna be one of those things where you suddenly get a message, and it's gonna be that nostalgia, that where they come back in, hey, do you remember when we yada yada yada? And that's how they hook you every time. And you need to not let this person. It is a mask. It is a wolf in sheep's clothing. What you see and sometimes even what you feel is not where they're at. They're the same person that will die the same person that they are today. Period. So if you don't want to let old people back into your life, memories are memories for a reason. That's the past. Today is today and tomorrow will be tomorrow. And you don't want to have old hurts in your life. That's how you stay tethered to things that you used to find security in that are not for you. Let the carpet be ripped out from underneath you. Start fresh. And don't let people weaponize nostalgia to keep you in their lives when they want you there. Because this is calculated timing on their part to reintroduce themselves into your life. So just be aware of that. But yeah, chase what feels right, not what you have analyzed, overanalyzed, and overthought into being right. Chase what feels right. That's where your prosperity is. And I'm done.
Okay. I see a lot of nurturing energy, a lot of boundaries being drawn, and a lot of like sitting in that mother energy. A lot to do with healing of self-worth. A lot of the way it's being communicated, the way you're communicating, doing inner work with standing your ground with those boundaries. 1 second, dude. Okay. Sorry. Okay, give me 1 minute. I see something about wanting change to. I see travel. I see moving. This whole reading almost feels from going from one situation that's completely over, a very painful, something took a long time, this is a cycle completely ending, to starting something completely new. And it almost feels like going from one to another. like one to another. It almost looks like a whole new relationship, home life, living situation that feels really good. Like something bad to something good, and it almost feels like overnight. I'm very curious if that makes sense. Does she said anything about that?
No, she hasn't said anything, but that makes sense with what I got too. Like, she needs to feel how she feels right now with the ending of everything and how traumatic everything was and like the truth of everything. But then within a couple months, her whole life changes.
Yeah, I feel like that energy from before is like not even a thing anymore. Aside from there is some healing going, but there was a lot of inner work done with that and being done with that this new thing, it just feels so good. It almost feels like I can breathe now. This is what I wanted.
She said makes a lot of sense. Both my parents passed away within 2 months of each other last year, and I took care of both of them through hospice care back to back. I need 3 spine surgeries. I've been putting it off.
Oh, wow.
I saw that too with the loss and the passing and all that.
Yeah.
And it just being like the whole beginning of this year, the end of last year was kind of a nightmare for you, and needing to sit in the way that your life is now in the wake of everything that happened.
I have a random question. Did your back start to really act up at the beginning of this month? Like the last few days of January to the first few days of February?
She said a lot of family fallout, husband was laid off. There's so much going on at once. I literally felt all that.
Yeah.
And you feel stuck. You're
Where
not going
you're
to be
going
stuck.
to end up, it seems totally messed up now, but where you're going to end up is going to be better. You just have to chase what feels right.
Mm-hmm.
I have to go for a bit, but I'll have the chat open.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, if your back has been messing up, that full moon in Leo aggravated it. Don't put off. Yeah, okay, yes, it has. So don't put off surgeries unless they try to schedule you around a full moon. I feel like you're very full moon and Mercury retrograde sensitive. So we're looking honestly, if and we don't want to push surgery, we don't want to make it too fast, and we have the eclipse coming. So we're looking after sometime after March 10th, and not around a full moon would be a perfect time to schedule your back surgery. And I want you to be careful with who you choose too, because fire energy and Leo came up in that reading, and Leo rules the spine. Also, those doctor's appointments, they're going to be checking your blood flow and your heart. So when Jordan, her first example during her reading was cardiologist, I got that immediately. I was like, boom, cardiologist. So especially in your back, you have your nervous system and everything too, but sometimes surgeries can cause blood clots and blood thinning medications and things like that. So be careful with your back and be careful with your blood flow and your circulation.
And that whole career thing I was getting, I feel like it has to do with your husband. Now that I know more about it, and I was talking about that in 2 months, someone's gonna be working their dream job and it's gonna fall into their lap. It has to do with him. And it's important, like he needs to feel how he feels right now too, because you're both kind of sitting in a lot of trauma, and he needs to feel like, who am I now? What do I want to do? Do I even want to get back in that line of work? Do I want to do something different? Do I want to go over here? And it feels different to me. It feels like this is fun. This is exciting. Somebody thought I'd be really good at this because of my personality. Maybe I want to try it out. And he does. And he's really successful at it. And that's also, it plays into what she was saying too about like you and the surgeries and stuff, and like not putting that stuff off because of finances, because you guys are going to be okay. Within the next 2 months, you guys are going to be like fucking phenomenal.
I'm catching up on the comments. Ashley, we're just share out the live and pop your question in the chat. We're like getting into relationships, but we're not. I mean, it's close to Valentine's Day, but it's not relationship heavy.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be. You guys can ask us anything.
Yeah, ask anything. And then apparently Brooke hurt her thumb. She says, I've been kind of worried because its swelling hasn't gone down. She slammed her thumb in the car door.
You are so welcome. Thanks for bringing that to us and letting us just channel it freely. See, I love when you guys don't tell me anything. That's my favorite.
Yeah. So if they don't say things, I just keep going.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I slammed my thumb in the car door. It's swollen. Bad bruises. Is it fractured? There's a small chip here. Right on the side. You can't see that. I wish that I could just put you in my brain for a second. I'm looking at the bone, man, not the thumb, the skin, the bone on the inside of your thumb. There's a small chip. It's not even chipped, like it's like broken off. If you look at it on an x-ray, there's like a hairline fracture. Yes. They're going to just put a thing on it and tell you you can't bend it and it needs time to heal. You're going to have to wear one of those stupid splints for like a month. Oh shit, Brooke hurt her thumb in my driveway. Oh my god. Yeah, and it was like the side of your thumb too. It's like the very side, like it got, and you ripped it out. But you got yourself good, girl. What's aspirating? What's that mean?
When you pull liquid into your lungs.
No, if they were going to aspirate her thumb, what the fuck does that mean?
Oh, I don't know.
Let me ask my device.
We have the power of the internet. WebMD has never been wrong about anything.
Is broken.
While you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards for Ashley. And then we'll let Sevon know when she gets back.
Oh, it's where they remove some of the, if you got pooled blood, they'll remove some of the blood to release a lot of the trauma. So like all the bruising you have, they may be able to go in there and like use a thin needle and pull some of that out.
Like popping a blood blister?
Yeah. Wow, the shit that pops into my head and I have no fucking idea what they're talking about. Okay, Ashley shared, what did she say?
She doesn't actually have a question.
Okay.
Just anything we get.
Something going on with your bladder? Does it matter what I say on here, Ashley? Is there such a thing as too much TMI? Thanks, Stephanie. Sorry, I don't have a question, but did share and never share on my Facebook unless big news. Oh, we're big news. Oh my God, we're famous, bitch. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe that's why I felt hesitation to say it if it's on you, if you shared us to your personal page. Unshare this real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we were just telling everybody.
Like, kind of like an incontinence thing, because the issue isn't actually with the bladder. There's something wrong with the urethra, and it has to do with like the cervix or something. It was like not a prolapse, but honestly, it feels like how do you explain that? Y'all aren't helping. Elongated muscles don't fucking help. I know what you're trying to say, but that's dumb. Where the muscle tissue is like weak. I like that word. Thank you. The muscle tissue holding up everything is weak. There's a weakening of that in that area, and that's what's causing that issue. And it's not like seeping urine or anything like that. It's like when you're going pee, you're not able to fully like release your bladder. So there could be an issue with like UTI, bladder infection, kidney infection, because you're not able to fully release the contents of your bladder. And it's like when you're going, this is so much, you guys, but when you're going to the bathroom, I feel like you need to like stop the flow, let it go. Stop the flow, let it go. Stop the flow, let it go. Because there's something. So I need pelvic floor muscle. Yes. And if you can do that when you're going to the bathroom, that will help too. But it'll also like stimulate to help fully. Now, I don't know if this is true. I'm not a doctor. I don't claim to be. This is not scientifically proven. Google it. Ask Google. I'm going to tell you some shit. Y'all can go Google it. What I'm seeing and being told is that will also stimulate the backup from the bladder too, to apply the pressure to fully release your bladder with the stop, go, stop, go, stop, go, stop, go when you're going to the bathroom. That way you don't have to add another thing physically to your health with fighting an infection on top of everything else. Okay, what else do we have for her? That was wildly specific. You play an instrument? I've never asked you this before. But there's something about instruments, playing an instrument, getting back into music or playing, and it's like a wind instrument. My fiance wants a reading. His name is Devin, for whenever you guys can, no rush. That's how I felt this morning. It was so strong. What about the guy with the big nose in my dream last night? Do you do dream interpretation, Stephanie?
Sometimes, usually people with big noses in dreams for me. Have you ever heard the saying, what is it? You can't see your nose despite your face. So it's not seeing things, because our brains train our eyes to not see our nose, even though they're in view of our eyesight the whole time, which is where that saying comes from. So there's something that is as clear as the nose on your face and you're not seeing it.
Yeah. And the fact that it has to do with male energy, that's telling too.
Aggressor. Or actions that you need to take that you're not taking, because masculine energy is action as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I have some action for you in the cards.
I will have to deal with that myself. Yeah, and I saw you doing it, you taking care of it yourself, but it may be something that you have to actually go see a specialist about as well. I don't see surgery yet, but I do see a lot of different options for you to be able to heal this before it becomes a major issue and then you're having to have massive surgery. No instrument. Just got my new gym set up today. Why are you guys showing me wind? And I'm literally seeing a flute. Somebody play a flute. Does that make sense to you?
I used to play the clarinet.
I'm literally seeing a silver flute. What the fuck is that about, Ashley? I felt this guy was someone who has been fucking with my house, and in my dreams, I knew he was fucking with me, and I told him he looked ridiculous.
I mean, maybe that's literally like putting somebody in their place, that they constantly try to influence you, but the only way that they can is if you let them. And that may be what you need to see, is that people that try to fuck with you can't if you don't let them.
She wants to hear what you have to say about action. Curious to hear the action, Stephanie. I'm taking major action with business.
Listen. So first of all, like, action is good. Especially if they're decisions that you're making for you. Because right now I'm getting you are on your own a lot. And that a lot of the burdens in your business are on you. Taking action to do things that make your life easier, that put you where you need to be with business, that's where the comfort and the healing and just the more calmness comes from. So make sure that the action that you're taking is specifically things that you want, not things that you're including for others involved in your business. This has to be selfish in a good way. The other thing I got is there is a lot of miscommunication with family coming up. People are going to try. Okay. So wordsmiths, they're going to say things they don't actually mean. And you're going to be very confused about the comments, but they're showing you all of their cards. So, don't pay attention to the words that they use. Pay attention to what they're telling you makes you feel. 'Cause there's a subtle, sustained, long-term manipulation coming, but you're starting to see through it. And I need you to just understand that that is another action that you need to take. If somebody's consistently manipulating you, like this is long game energy. Like they have been playing the long game for a extended period of time. You're seeing through this. You have to take action to no longer allow them to do that. Just because it's a little bit at a time adds up. And the other thing that I got is you need a rest. Taking action is good, but you also need to take action toward your rest. And one of the other things, because I pulled sexual healing cards because it's February, which they're not always sexual. In Danny's case, they were. But when you break up with someone, and it doesn't have to be a romantic partner, but when you break up with someone, you're forgiving yourself. Cutting contact, limiting people's access to you is a way to forgive yourself for allowing people to influence you in negative ways. Does that make sense at all?
I need that on a shirt.
What, that breaking up with people and limiting their access allows you to forgive yourself?
Yes. When you break up with someone, you're forgiving yourself.
Yeah.
I fucking need that. I'm making that a t-shirt, and I'll put your name on it.
Write it down, because we'll never remember it if we don't. To help others too, but the business all me. Good, that's fine. I mean, obviously it's a business, it involves others, but these big decisions, the things that you want. Because if you're already carrying the weight of this business on your shoulders, everything should be to your standards. And if people come in with comments, if they're not working for it, they don't have input. You are on your own in a lot. So if you're on your own in a lot, like, okay, so it's like paying for a vacation and then letting everybody else that didn't pay for the vacation pick the itinerary. Nah, you paid out of pocket. You pick where you go. You pick when you get up out of bed. You pick when you get your continental breakfast. Like if you're carrying the weight, you get to choose, and you make actions on your terms. This is the actions that you need to be taken. And this long game energy, man. And like breakups can mean anything. You can break up with old versions of yourself. You can, and then sometimes it's a limiting access to you. It just allows you to forgive yourself. There's a lot of stress and shame that if you disappointed, listen, you don't have to placate others' bullshit to be liked by them or to be around them. You don't have to be a dumping ground for other people's bullshit, and you can just cut them off. Period. This long game person, this manipulation, it every day, every word, every phrase, every text message, every email, everything is dripping with now these manipulations that you can see and you can't ignore it any longer. That's another form of action that you need to take. Is no longer allowing it to go on. It's like, look at how like drips wear away its stone over time. You're being consistently, ever so slightly worn down. And you need your energy for you. And I'm done.
Mic drop. Boom.
Boom.
I'm seriously going to get that made into a shirt. I need people to see that from the front and the back. I'm going to wear my hair up when I wear this bitch too.
See, I don't ever talk like that in real life, just when I'm in my counseling zone. And I'm always in my counselor zone using my counselor voice when I do readings. I can't help it.
It's like the fucking one of the truest things I've ever heard ever. Because when I think of any friendship I ended, or work relationship I ended, or romantic relationship I ended, there was a version of me that I wasn't anymore. That I could no longer deal with whatever the fuck was going on in that, because it didn't resonate with who I had become.
The words to me may not make sense when I say them, but when I really think about how that feels, it makes 100% sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's choosing you, and choosing you is a forgiveness of every time you didn't.
Yes, exactly. When you break up with someone, you're forgiving yourself. That's my life fucking motto from now on. I'm getting it on a shirt. I'm getting like the pants too.
Get a hoodie.
Hashtag forgiven, bitches. I swear to God, I'm doing it. I've never wanted a shirt more ever in my whole life. Yes, and so many try to pull me back in, and I can't do it. I mentally and physically cannot. Yep. Honestly, y'all, this year feels like a middle finger. It really does. And not just like to us, but like to all the things that do not fucking resonate with us anymore.
The way the nodes are shifting for our lunar and our solar eclipses this year is fucking aggressive. We cannot stand on bullshit anymore. And now that Uranus isn't in retrograde, we can also no longer like ignore the pushes from the universe. And now that Neptune is in Aries and no longer in Pisces, we are now seeing how we are with everyone else clearly. No rose-colored glasses. So it's aggressive. It is aggressive energy this year. And then we're popping off hard this month. This month is a stress test. And if you think that you've already been like, I'm sorry, but January of this year felt longer than all of 2025.
Swear.
And if you think we're done yet, we're not. We haven't even had our first solar eclipse in Aquarius. So, which just so happens to be the day of the Lunar New Year. So, enjoy this. This year's a fire horse year. Fire horse teaches us we can take strong, significant action or we can get dragged. Those are our only two actions. Those are our only two options. Take consistent action or get dragged. Period.
Yeah.
From this February to next. I
I'm
want
not
to learn
getting
about
dragged.
these
I
planets.
did everything from my reading. Fuck that. You're not dragging me nowhere, bitch.
So, Brooke, Uranus is forced change. It's rebellion. So, and especially in Taurus, if you're standing on things, because that's where Uranus is at right now, if you're standing on unsettled ground, if you're on shifting sands, Uranus is going to push you. It's forced change. Uranus was retrograde for quite a while, and everybody was making them excuses, and now we can no longer.
Ashley wants to know if she can ask you a specific question.
Yeah. Always. I feel like I already know the question, but we'll see.
What is it?
I like being surprised.
Tell me. Tell me here. Tell me telepathically.
Okay, I'm telling you telepathically.
Got it. Okay. Here's a question.
What do you see with my new business idea, not thinking about my current business? Just astrology alone, not paying attention to what I get in me. Just astrology alone. If you're not chasing what feels right, you're going to fail. If you're chasing money, you're not going to get it. If you're chasing fame, you're not going to get it. If you're chasing anything other than what aligns with you, with your spirit, with your soul, with your intentions as a person, it'll end in utter failure. If that's what you're chasing, that's exactly what you need to go for. It is the business move. I know I don't remember much of your chart, but I do remember that you're a Taurus rising. Uranus is in your first house. This is forced change. If the only way you feel good about your situation is to move in this direction, that is Uranus's push. Go for it. But just understand you have an outer planet in your first house, which means that these changes need to be big and they need to last a long time, but they also take a long time. You have plenty of backup. Venus is quickly heading toward Taurus. Time frame. Oh my God. I'm doing a full year's astrology in my head. Pisces doesn't station retrograde there. And then Scorpio energy. So, and Venus retrograde will slow that down. Starts in Scorpio, retrogrades back. So we're looking at a time period from mid-April until October 3rd for the most growth potential before it starts to back off to more sustainable ground. And in which case, you're going to be reevaluating who you bring with you on this journey by October 3rd, because your biggest obstacles are going to be those that you thought were helping but are not. And that is what I get about your new business move. I feel I need to do it. And if I don't, it's stupid. Yeah, that's how Uranus can make you feel. But also it does bring financial success. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. I mean, we all don't pick, careers that are just destined to keep us poor. And I don't mean minuscule success. Well, then go for it. Listen, you're a Taurus rising. You were born to seek out resources. That's what you do. Comfort, resources, connection. Boom. Sounds accurate based off my plan, as I have a lot to do prior to going full force. Yeah. So everything in Aquarius is a planning period. Everything in Pisces is a feeling it out period. So throw everything against the wall, see what sticks. And then when everything moves into Aries, then we're setting things up for success. So you're already in the planning process. You're in the middle of the planning process. Just keep going for the one to the next to the next. Your biggest setback is going to be this Mercury retrograde in Pisces. Communication, lost emails, confusion, things like that. But it's like, I think this retrograde is like 19 days. So if you can rest during that time, rest during that time. Taurus rising with connection. Because, Taurus is ruled by Venus. Connecting with others is big. And like chasing resources is your main focus. And people can be resources as well. Hello, Norma. But yeah, that's what I get for the new business model idea. I don't know what's going on. That's just what I got.
Hell yeah, girl.
Sometimes I wish I was a Taurus rising.
We have Devin in the lineup.
Devin?
Yep. Thank God, LOL. People have been so grumpy. Devin is not in the comments, but they are watching.
Okay. Devin
in the mail. I'm going to do this one and then I'm going to take a bathroom break. But what I was getting for Devin is they're not they're making money and they're happy about the fact that they're making money, but they're not like in love with their job and they're wanting to do something different, but they're like holding themselves back because they're scared that they won't be as successful doing something else, but they will. I do see career moves, career opportunities, and change in career for him. And it's something that makes him feel more independent, but also he's in a leadership role. So I don't know if he's doing something now where he's managing, but there's a shift. He'll still be doing something physical labor type of job, but it's more so him supervising and getting that supervisor pay. And what he's doing with his career is more so like teaching people how to do something and less of him having to be in the field and doing the work himself. Is he like a contractor or something? Also, what's with the necklace? I keep feeling like I need to tuck my necklace back into my shirt. Something about protecting a necklace, having a necklace from a loved one. There's something important about a necklace that keeps coming up for him. Please be careful too, Devin, because I keep getting binoculars, and when I get those, it's like someone watching you, like creepy stalker type ew vibes. Watching you, watching your location, watching your like routine, your travel home, stalking you even. Please be careful with that. It feels like male energy. There's like a layer of jealousy and resentment. It doesn't feel good at all. I don't necessarily see, I don't know. See, I was about to say it. Now I'm getting nauseous. Now my hair's standing on end. I feel like my jaw's starting to fill up like I put some sour in my mouth. I was going to say it doesn't feel dangerous, but it does, Devin. It feels really physically dangerous. There could be a physical altercation that comes from this, and you may pick up on it too. You are highly intuitive, very empathic, and you may even feel like, what the fuck, like someone like looking over your shoulder, like, why do I feel like someone's staring at me? And you just haven't seen them yet, but they're there. And I'm talking about a real physical person. I ain't talking about spooky ghosts stalking you, nothing like that. This is a real male following you around, stalking you. They've got like sandy blonde hair, like a slight wave to it. I wouldn't say it's curly at all. Something about the like longer hair on the top. This could even be like they're stalking you because of someone else. Like maybe you don't even know this person, you never actually met them, but they're stalking you because of someone else. Jordan, you said this about Brooke's ex before. Oh my God, did I really? Is that what he looks like? Does he have sandy blonde hair? Like dark blonde? And is it like wavy? And I keep seeing the inside of his car and they're like beige seats inside of the car. So if Brooke knows this stuff, he's stalking you, Devin. He's given up the hunt for her and the fixation is on you, if this is actually who that is.
What I've pulled is investigation. He is under investigation. And it's a grudge.
Yeah, that's what I got too. They did not like him.
Grudge.
What's the connection to the necklace, Devin? Does that make sense to you? Do you have a necklace that either reminds you of a loved one you bought or you have because it belonged to somebody who's passed away? Yes, you did, but I have no idea what he looks like. See, exactly. And I kept getting that. You've never met this person. You don't know who they are. You don't know. You could run into them in the grocery store and have no fucking idea they just said hey to you. And you just engaged with them. If it is her ex, I'm not scared at all. He's a twig and I'm jacked and have martial arts background and was raised by rednecks and veterans. Fucking love it. I gotta pin that. That's great. Yeah. So it wasn't the fact that the physical altercation was going to be harmful to you as much as I saw a legal connection to this. And this person trying to spin it like, look, I have a photo. He was stalking me. I saw him at Kroger's and then I saw him at the bank and then I saw him at this other place. And they're literally trying to fucking set you up as if you were the one that was stalking them because psychologically something is fucking going on up there. They're that crazy.
That's what I've got too. But
that's why you need to be careful.
To me, their thought process. Okay.
She said it is Brooke, and that's exactly what she didn't say that's exactly what he looked like. She said that is all right about my ex. So I'm assuming
their
that's what
thoughts are very violent. I don't think they have the follow through.
I don't either, but if they're given the opportunity, they will do it. Like I can see them like, I want to run him over with my car, but then I can't blame him and I can't spin it to where it's like he did it. So I got to wait until I can do something in a public place and make it look like he started it. So then I can use all the evidence I have to prove he's the aggressor and try to get him like put in jail because they want her back.
At this point, the motivation right now is to ruin the reputation. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Ruin your public image. So I would be checking your social media platforms as well. Because there's a twisting of words here. So something you've already said, already posted.
Yeah.
There's a plan to rearrange what you've said to serve their purpose, which is ruining your public image, your public reputation.
And it's to make you look like a psycho and that you're possessive of Brooke because you went to bat for her or something when you posted something. That's what they're going to use against you. I'm glad you said that because I wouldn't have channeled that if you wouldn't have said it. What you said about the social media, I wouldn't have gotten that if you wouldn't have said that.
Yeah. Yeah. And set your stuff to private, make sure that nobody can get in there. But also there's a backdoor person that is friends with you that is also friends with them.
I was about to say that shit.
So
And it could even be a fake account. Like you knew this person from high school, so
yeah.
you think nothing of it, and they just know that you knew this person from high school and went and created a duplicate account and added you from it.
Clear out your followers. If you don't talk to them, you don't need them on there. Delete, go to private.
Mm-hmm. He said, I don't post anything on social media except for memes on Facebook. All my stuff is private. I would still go through your friends.
Our memes can be taken very wrong too.
Mm-hmm.
And senses of humor can be weaponized as well. Like you could post a meme like about, something about the stress of the day has me feeling like I need to stay in bed all day. And they could be like, he's depressive. He treats her like shit, blah, blah, blah. You could post something about, alcohol and they were like, he's an abusive alcoholic, blah, 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 blah. Even memes can be weaponized. These people are reaching.
Mm-hmm.
But then I also did pull sexual healing cards. You have a ton of empathy and you have a ton of connection, and you need to stop second guessing, and not everything you feel needs to be put into concrete evidence that is real. If you know, you know, and just allow that information to be your truth. Period. 7 says, if he was raised by rednecks, then not only does he not care, but those backwoods hills have eyes, and so he's not worried. Laughing my ass off.
It wasn't about his physical being. It was about his character in the jail thing. Also, I got that you are going to sell your truck if you own a truck right now because you want to consolidate debts and you guys are going to move. I know that's kind of like a y'all thing, but you show up a lot in that because of like all of the adult decisions that you're making to prioritize you guys and being able to move forward and do something that you're proud of. I put it in the chat, selling the truck, moving, consolidating debt. Because there is like some other outstanding debt that you have, and you're able to use the money from the truck sale to do that, to move, and then also to cover whatever the expenses are for like first, last, or security. There's something along those lines. So if you're really on the fence about that truck sale, I see you doing it, and I see it being like a really beneficial thing, especially because the truck needs some stuff if you have a truck right now. It's like you're in this sweet spot right now to sell it and get like maximize, because it looks like you're going to sell it on like Carvana or something. So you're selling it to a person through, I don't know what you call that. It's not really an app, but it kind of is like third party sale. And you're able to maximize the amount of money that you get for the vehicle because of that. And it finances all the change you're wanting to make. And also, congratulations on this career thing, because you deserve it. You've worked your ass off for a really long time. I know you're young, because I know Brooke's young, but you have more than proved yourself for the role that you're going to be in. And you really deserve to be in a leadership role where you can exact the change that you know needs to happen for the workers. You do have a truck. My truck is a 2021 Ram. Yeah, you're in this, there's something going on with it, but you're in this sweet spot of being able to maximize the money that you get from selling it for you guys to do this stuff together. I don't know if you're wanting to sell it, you thought about selling it or what, but that came up for you too.
And I don't know who was messaging, because I know Devin was on Brooke's Facebook, but it's both of you. You both need to go through your friends list and delete people you don't talk to. So like you may have added somebody, they might have felt familiar. You're like, oh, that's random, whatever. If you don't talk them, if you don't need them on your Facebook, delete it, because there's a back door.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I have all of the bad intentions, but I personally got no follow through. It's like, I don't know, the vengefulness feels like it brings them closer to someone. Like, who your best friend is when you hate the same person.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever also doesn't like you bonds with this person that's investigating you. Like, this is a high for them. It's toxic as fuck.
Yeah.
Yes, we are both going to tonight. Awesome. But yeah, it's they're just reaching for anything they can to take any information they get to twist it.
Mm-hmm.
And right now the focus is reputation and image. He is nuts. What's his zodiac sign?
I don't even see that yet.
So sometimes I keep having to refresh and the comments come through like crazy. And sometimes you read them and I'm like, I don't see that. So then I know I need to refresh. Because I'm on my phone.
I don't have the refresh thing. Last thing I see is yes, we are both going to tonight.
I asked zodiac sign if she has any.
If you had to guess what his zodiac sign was, I have an idea. But if you had to guess based on the information you have about him, what would your guess be?
Scorpio. Oh,
fucking same. I'm like, he's got to be a damn Scorpio.
Well, Pisces. So listen. Pisces. Everybody's like, Pisces are so gentle. Blah 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 blah. Sometimes they are subconscious emotional manipulators. Like they use their fine-tuned intuition and empathy to manipulate. And I'm not going to lie, they have very self-deluded self-images. So he presents himself as who he thinks he is, which is not how he is at all. They can delude themselves into acting or even appearing or feeling like completely different people than what they actually are. They manipulate others, they manipulate themselves, they manipulate situations. Some of the most toxic signs are water signs, because when you understand somebody's motivations, it makes them easy to manipulate.
Mm-hmm.
Not surprised it's a water sign. Sorry, water signs.
Well, what is it? Did you see what we didn't? What is he?
He's a Pisces.
How are y'all seeing that? Why am I not seeing it?
I don't know.
What the hell?
So, listen, I love and fear water sign energy, because when you truly know someone and you're a genuine person, it's beautiful. But when you truly know someone and you're a piece of shit, it's terrifying.
Look, I put it on screen to show y'all I'm not lying. Like, I really don't see those.
See, yeah, I got Pisces. She said he's nuts, and then immediately underneath it, Pisces.
And it's not in the chat on the screen either. And I can't delete anything out of the chat either. Like, I'm not seeing that. I got not surprised. It's a water sign. Sorry, water signs. And then Brooke said, I feel like males are kind of toxic. Well, water signs. That's all I got over here.
If masculine energy is hot, active energy, and you put it in a water sign, it's a boiling water. It's boiling. And, Cancers are more gentle. Pisces, oh man, it's a mixed bag. Scorpios assume they have ill intent. But that is my personal struggle with Scorpio males. Some people, enjoy them. I do not have a healthy relationship with Scorpio male energy. But yeah, it can be very, very toxic. And the mode of weaponizing is memory and emotions and connections. They literally use your connection with them to manipulate you. It's like sending back a jolt of energy back to you. Scorpio men are the devil. Yes.
He is a Scorpio. Who's a Scorpio? Oh, Jordan, you don't think it's Johnny. I don't know who Johnny is. All I got was the description of his hair and the way the inside of his car looked. And the inside of his car smelled bad. It smelled like BO. Like, you know, like little kids are running around outside. It smelled like outside, but also like grown ass man funk. So if you were ever in his car and you were just like, damn, it's probably the Pisces X. That's literally the two descriptions I got. What the hair looked like and what the inside of the car looked and smelled like. Yeah, yes. If he was stank, then let him be stank by himself, way over there. He's the problem. He's the problem child. I'll try not to go that far, but man, oh man, oh man. Oh my God, I know that smell. The downtown funk. Oh my God. Dude, it was awful. I'm like, my eyes. It's like chopped onions in this bitch. Get me out of this visual right now.
Especially if you've raised teenage sons.
Yes, and the guy, I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
No, especially, you understand that smell. My oldest used to, when he was a teenager, used to consistently wear these nasty ass boots with no socks, and we had to leave his shoes outside. We couldn't even allow the shoes to be in the house, or it would stink up my whole house with that downtown funk. Brooke, you clearly have a type. I think you need to stay away from dirty blondes. And apparently water signs.
Okay, yes, it's the first one. He is stinky. Can't be having that. Can't be having that. See, man, when the full description fits, wavy hair, stinky boy, the car, everything, you know exactly who it is. And if you're watching this shit right now, I know who the fuck you are too. So, back up. Devin is a Libra. Aww.
I was just shuffling and I got the sun in the 7th house, which is a confident partnership, a beautiful partnership. So some signs when they're masculine are toxic as fuck. I think Libra is opposite. I love male Libras and I don't fuck with female Libras much.
See, I'm the opposite. I don't like Libras at all in general. I don't fuck with Libras, but I find that male Libras are toxicer than fuck. At least the ones that I have experienced and that I know.
So I think, okay. So from a friendship, okay. You have the male Libras who always have bitches in the wings, right?
Yeah.
They're in a relationship and then they have this whole list of women that they've left with just a bit of morsel left that they could go and hang out with them again until they found their next piece. But for the most part, in my experience, male Libras tend to be like they wrap up their whole identity in their partner.
She said he's Libra, Sagittarius, Libra.
Okay, so Libra rising, and if we're talking about a Sagittarius moon, yes. That is when they find their person, that is their person, that is who they are. And that's Venus and Jupiter energy. So it's big energy. And it also can be big showings of affection as well.
That also makes sense why he's so fucking intuitive to me. Like, he's psychic as fuck. Very empathic, very intuitive, very in touch with his divine feminine and his divine masculine. Very balanced person. That makes so much sense, actually.
And if she meant that Sagittarius is a Sagittarius moon, that means his moon is in the 3rd house, which is the place of the goddess. It is literally the house that the moon rules. So the connection to the divine feminine probably is not only strong, but goes back generations on his mother's side.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that makes sense. He was a little hoe before finding me.
See, Sagittarius is, and it doesn't matter if it's a moon, rising, or sun, it's late bloomer energy. So you have to reach a level, and especially if Sagittarius in the big 3, of maturity before you can even imagine settling down. Mm-hmm. So every woman he met was a conquest and a journey. And they were probably all very different. Like cute little goth girls to sports girls to like every single thing. And it was just an experience. And then when he reached that level of maturity, then he was able to settle down. And that's what every placement with Sagittarius in the big three has to go through. Literally just fold them over. And Sagittarius energy moves on so fast. Like you'll catch us crying over an ex and be like, oh my God, it's the worst day. And you're like, she's never going to recover. 3 hours later, we're recovered. We can't help it. That optimism is real. Devin.
Yeah,
Ashley.
Devin. Yes, he's mature now. I knew him in high school. Yeah. And all I've ever gotten about you guys and y'all's relationship is like power couple. You guys have the ability to go the distance. There will be hurdles to overcome, but as long as you guys communicate clearly with each other and call each other on your bullshit, you won't have any problems.
You also get a relationship stress test this year. And if you survive this year, it's locked in forever. Because he's going to be having a Venus retrograde in his first house while you have Saturn in the second house. So this stress test will be for real. If you guys can rise above it and develop from it instead of crumpling underneath it, this is forever, forever.
You got to be able to call him out too, though.
Yeah.
Libras are very balanced, but they're not perfect. And you got to be able to tell us when we're fucking up so that, are we going to be triggered by it? Yes. Can we be a little bitchy about it? Yes. But we will make the change.
And his moon sign knows no depth. Like it's very, very deep. But sometimes when he's on his bullshit, he can't see how deep the rabbit hole goes for you. You have to put him in your shoes sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to, so what you should do for that information, like when he's on some bullshit and he's just not seeing it from your point of view, tell a story that elicits an emotional response from him. So like song lyrics, or do you remember how this actor felt in this movie? You have to give him an example because at that moment he can't identify with you.
That's a really good trick for Libras, for real.
Because it's difficult from that lens. Because that lens doesn't want things to be ugly.
Mm-hmm.
So when faced with how ugly things can get, they always bring it up. Like, it's not that bad. And fuck it, sometimes it is.
Yeah. I do that a lot, actually. Well, there you go. Fucking power couple, man.
Yeah.
Devin definitely seems like someone who benefits from communication. Literally any kind of communication. Yeah, Libras do, man. Because we're already in our fucking head so much and we're already trying to prioritize everybody else and balance ourselves with everyone else and try and do what's right for everybody, that sometimes we need to just be like, hey, you matter. You're doing a good job. Or that was the wrong choice, but we can fix it. Like we just kind of need to be shaken back into our bodies because we do live so much up here.
And Libras are air sign, and that's logic, thought, communication.
Yep, fact. He's very good at communicating. Yeah.
I mean, does he ever stop talking though? With that energy, Libra, Sagittarius, Libra. But he talks to himself in the shower, doesn't he?
Gotta run through all the things that didn't get said, you know? Fucking shower arguments, man. Everyone does that, right?
To prepping for the next situation.
Yep.
And that's what I would have said to his ass if he wasn't my boss.
Yes, I was literally about to say, my boss pisses me off tomorrow. Fucking walking out. And he's never gonna do it. No, he always talks.
Yes, Libra Sagittarius energy together is rough for shutting the fuck up.
Oh my god, that's fucking epic. Oh my god, I love it. Only because I'm the same way, dude. I'm a double Libra too, so I feel you.
And she's a spicy Libra because of her Mars placement. So she comes off with that fire and Libra, so she's right on there.
That's why she likes me. He never stops. Oh my gosh, that's epic.
I
don't know
bet he
about
doesn't
you.
even look up from his phone while he's texting someone else while he's in a conversation with you.
You said
Like
he does
his
or he
thumbs
doesn't?
just know where to go. That's hilarious.
It is.
He has 5 Libras back to back. Yep. There's no stopping him. There's no, and honestly, like, don't tell him to shut up though. You have to just let him say his piece because an interruption is a straight way to implosion.
After his rising, he has 5 Libra back to back.
Mm. God. Motherfucker talks in his sleep.
Oh my god. He gets mad when I say shh.
Yeah, don't ever listen unless you want like to really piss him off, and then don't just say anything, just hold your finger over his lips and then watch him burn the world to the ground. Honestly, that's a fight I would start, but fights like that aren't for everyone.
No, Brooke's too sweet. She's like the sweetest
Until
little
she's
fucking
not.
nothing ever.
Until she's not.
You can be spicy, but I mean, like, Brooke's one of those people you literally have to, like, shoot her for her to react to you. And once you've shot her, you're fucked. Stephanie, I can see that. We love you, Devin, but 100% see it, especially probably now, LOL.
Listen, no shade. I love this energy. So nobody's making, okay, we're poking fun at, we're being humorous of energy that we actually like.
Yeah.
Because I love that shit. Because I think a lot of, like, especially in society today, you know, where they're like with men, shove it down, don't talk about it, blah, 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 blah. To see somebody who's chatty as a man and good at communication is great.
He's in the chat now.
What? He's in the chat now?
Yes. That made my whole night, dude.
He
literally went to YouTube and
Brooke
joined
was
the chat.
talking for him. He had to get in here and say some shit.
Brooke's like, he's laughing. He immediately joins the chat. I'm so here for this. Freaking hilarious.
Oh God. See, he wasn't able to express himself enough.
That's right. He needed to tell
us
the words he wanted to say in the chat.
Listen, it's great. Communication is great. And also, like, Brooke, if you ever decide to just put your finger over his mouth, you need to film it and send it to us. This doesn't have to go viral. Ain't no one stalking me. You know what? You can, but if you're petty, like I know your Sagittarius moon is, you don't like the fact that they get satisfaction out of doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
Even if you're unbothered by it. Also, if they really are investigating you, just because if you have a Sagittarius moon, I know this would bring you joy. Wear increasingly chaotic outfits every time you leave your house so that they just have a collage of pictures of you in the craziest fucking outfits.
That's pretty fucking hilarious.
That is what I would do. But I am a chaos queen.
Put it on display.
Yes, let's be weird. Are those alligator booty shorts? Yes, they are. And a top hat? Yes, sir.
Alligator booty shorts, man.
See, listen, I told you Mercury and Pisces got me some type of way. Shit is just flying out of my mouth.
I'm so here for it. Getting a cup of coffee and I can come back up. My social battery is empty, y'all. I went and did too many things
Yes.
today, and now I'm getting to where like my brain wants me to say things, but my mouth won't say it. So I'm about done.
That is true, Devin. That is very true. I honestly don't feel like they're going to do anything about it anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think that there's going to be a need for police or anything like that, period. It's just the sick satisfaction they get from doing it something, even though they have no guts to have follow through.
Mm-hmm.
It's just their thought processes are dark and nasty.
Yeah. And it's important for you to know too, in case anything comes of it, at least you've been warned.
Yeah, and then in case like you're like, oh my God, so and so said something about me and now there's a problem with us and I don't know where that came from. If they're trying to destroy your reputation, talking shit, word of mouth, things get through, you know how the internet is, yada, yada, yada. You could suddenly be like, have a really close friend and then they're not calling you back and you're like, why is that? Because they said something or whatever. So, you just being aware of that, just know that if something like that comes up, it may be because of this.
Yeah.
Listen, if you're country and ghetto, that's not a restraining order. You give them an excuse to not need one.
For real. That's like special delivery. Bring it to your front door like you fucking ordered me, bitch.
Yeah.
And see, I feel like that's a Libra trait too, because I was fucking crazy when I was younger. I mean, like, story time. Like one time, this girl was pissing me off that worked with my now husband at the mall. And I warned her to leave him alone. I warned her to stop trying to be on the same shifts as him. And I fucking had enough. So I brought some fun stuff with me up to the mall and was like, hey, sis, we need to have a conversation. And the conversation was just me opening my bag. And she fucking moved out of state. Like within 2 days, fucking moved away. So yeah, I was a little crazy back then. But like, it's so fucking for real. When we love somebody, there's nothing we will not do for them. I'll just listen to I'm the Bad Guy by Falling in Reverse over and over again. Yeah. We can be crazy. And that's the thing that, like, we can be just as sweet. We can be just as welcoming. But man, is there a fucking crazy switch in Libras.
It'll always involve someone else.
Yeah.
Like Sagittarius energy is crazy, but it'll involve someone else or us. We'll stand up for us as well. Case in point, like me being in fist fights and with men too when I was younger. But also one of the biggest things that I ever went crazy over was defending a friend of mine from a teacher, and I got suspended in 7th grade for inciting a riot. So when the energy's there, the energy's there. And if you're crazy, just wear it.
Mm-hmm. I wore
I've
my
never been
crazy like a
ashamed of my
motherfucker when I was
crazy.
younger.
I've never been ashamed of my crazy or my weird.
Yeah, my late teens, early 20s, wild time. Very wild time.
So yeah, if your social battery is drained, we have been on for 3 hours.
Yeah, it definitely is. And I'm just going to start saying even more weird shit, so.
It is a great song.
Yes, it is. I 100% agree.
I like Falling in Reverse.
Mm-hmm.
A lot.
Yes. But yes, we're going to go ahead and call it before I say more things that are just.
Yes, because we'll do this for 5 more hours and then just hate ourselves the whole time.
Yeah, and tomorrow, because I'll be like, I way overdid it, and now I don't want to talk to anybody ever again for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I told my husband not to touch me until I emerge and have had coffee tomorrow.
Yeah, and my daughter's texting me, Mommy, are you almost done? I want snuggles. And I'm like, yes, I'm coming right now. But we will let you guys know what the episode's going to be for next week, sometime soon. As in before we go live. And we'll let you know that one is going to be on TikTok. You know, we're alternating. So this week we did Facebook and YouTube. Next week will be TikTok. We are going to download all those videos from TikTok and upload them to our YouTube channel. So please make sure you're following us over on YouTube because every single episode will always be posted over there. If you ever miss anything, it'll be there to rewatch.
And, you know, it gives the opportunity too for different platforms for other people, but it would probably be, you know, follow us on YouTube and come see us on TikTok.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Especially with these alternating days when we can't go. We did not go live on Sunday because it's the Super Bowl, and I ain't competing with that.
No.
We are not competing with that. So also look for like our day changes. It'll primarily be Sundays, but shit happens.
Mm-hmm.
Life happens and Super Bowls happen.
Mm-hmm. But we'll let you guys know. We'll make those posts. And we'll post them on all of our social media platforms. Like she said, don't just follow us on YouTube. I don't typically post when we're going to go live over there. I'm not doing that great at that. But I do post them on Facebook, and she posts them to her TikTok. She's really good about that. So, yes, follow us everywhere.
Yeah, just follow, become Uber fans and follow us everywhere. Give us your undying devotion and follow us everywhere. And if you want up-to-date little cute videos about the astrological energy, definitely follow me on TikTok or Facebook. Ascending Astrology, or my TikTok's very basic, bitch. It's my name, Stephanie D33.
Here, I'll put it in here.
Where I post all of the astrological energy coming up.
That's her
and
name.
This month's a doozy. This month is a doozy. So yeah.
All right. We're out. Bye, y'all. See you next time.